Put it like this: when we watch the Lion King remake, they don't say, "Hey y'all, Rafiki not gonna be this type of monkey. Now it's gonna be a silverback gorilla." Hold on, wait. Make him the same. Like we trying to still see
Especially
Rafiki
if
now.
you're doing a remake.
Cause you doing a remake.
Same script.
It's the same script. You about to have a silverback saying, "Do you know who you are?" Is this Jungle Book or Lion King?
Yeah, that is.
And
That
guess
is.
what? You cannot tell somebody who grew up loving Harry Potter that this black dude with dreads, you gotta now see him as the new Snape. I can't look at it. I can't even see
I wouldn't be able to see it. Because if you did the opposite, and the regular character was bro right here with dreads, and you recast D from The Wire as Alan Rickman,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say hell no.
I can't do it. Or
Crab barbecue tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. Don't it, Willie?
Yo, it's the MalloryBros podcast for another Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Here we go,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Episode 297, man. Happy Tuesday. I got to make sure I throw that in there. Hope everybody's having a good week. What a week, man. What a week. Since the last podcast, I almost can't believe it. Episode 297, and believe it or not, that 297 stands for Aruba, man. Shout out to all the people that's listening in Aruba. If you're listening in Aruba, shout out to you. What did I look up and see that they said about Aruba? The most beautiful islands in the Caribbean. So,
All right.
y'all. Just throwing that out there.
That's debatable.
It can be debatable, but you know they loving that.
No, yeah.
Exactly, because if you
Yeah,
really
it's our episode.
if you've been back,
It's our episode.
so. I'm still not past that Aruba comment, bro.
I feel like a lot of the things that we got to talk about today are things that we are tired of talking about.
Yeah.
But stuff keep happening to make us have to talk about it, I swear. And before we even get into any of that, we're going to start with a weekend recap. But damn, do I feel a week behind like everything the cards didn't really fall in our favor. Shit happened on Tuesday immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And it sucks because that just kind of happens. But hopefully if you tapped in with us and you only tapped in with us, hopefully we can keep y'all up to date. I always tell Terrell, you never know who's listening. You never know who's here. You never know who's or where they at and they listening.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that listen to us from behind the feds. We got a lot of people that listen that just try to keep a ear to the what's happening.
Yes, and I always fight with Terrell and say, yo, I don't give a fuck if we late on it. We need to talk about it because if you listening to us, they're going to think that we don't even give a fuck.
I'm not trying to skate any conversation in this podcast. I'm more so referring to the fact that it's like, damn, y'all, we going to be talking our shit again about But
when's the last time you been?
Been where?
Monaco.
Last summer.
The guy that's coming for you because you're sure.
No bull.
You see, I ain't asked you if y'all
This nigga
went.
come up to you in flip-flops.
When
we love Monaco. We go every year.
That car looks like the one that I drive while I'm there. I'll have the number
Do
3.
you know the model of that? You be like, boy, I bought this shirt offline.
I have 2 of those and a martini.
Old English. You be like, what? Huh? Bulldog. You be like, oh. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know I got this ghetto ass shirt from the DTLR. Fuck it.
I'm getting ready to say the fact.
My father loved bulldogs. I got a bulldog tatted on me.
The fact niggas is still going into the DTLR. That's also one of our logos. It goes back. There's a lot of history behind that bulldog.
Come on.
PG goes back far.
I played for the PG Bulldogs. Put it on me. Bowie Bulldog, my sister alumni.
Like somebody
Was a Georgetown Hoya fan.
graduated summa cum laude. Okay.
Okay. All right,
But let's start with a weekend recap, man. I had a jam-packed weekend because from the pod going up, I just feel like we had a little bit of a scramble. It was I linked up with my boy Don Sale on Thursday, Generation Typo.
Appreciate the gear, man. Appreciate the gear.
Haven't got to talk to him, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
it looks clean.
Real good to get with your accountability friend, y'all. The friend that's not going to let you make excuses. The friend that's going to expect you to be progressed. I don't know if anybody understand that, but if it's somebody you talk to where you feel like the next time I talk to this motherfucker, I'm not going to be in the same spot I'm in right now. And you might even be fucked up. You might just be like, I want to have more to say to certain,
Yeah.
It was good to get with him because he's my accountability friend. We get to chop it up, talk about business and stuff like that. It's also good to just get with motherfuckers
I'm about to say,
and have
see
conversations.
him.
Yeah, for sure.
See him, know you breathing good, you healthy.
Hell yeah. So we started there Friday.
What do you look like? You put some weight on?
He been in that gym.
Okay,
I said, bro, you been in that gym.
I like to hear that. You know you get with your
and
man
that's good.
And you like,
Nah, yeah, you get with him in the struggle phase. Or you and your
Did they
struggle
bring menus? You're like, damn, you a big motherfucker now. You ready to eat.
Nah, no bullshit. That shit is a gut check too. When you ain't been, you been off your grind.
Yeah.
You coming to the meeting saying, bro, I been fucking up. He haven't.
That's the hard accountability. I might have to tell him how I slipped up.
Nah, yeah, because normally y'all get to give the accountability back and forth. When it's just you receiving.
Fell at work, injured my leg, so that's really why I've been low. You lying?
To get back right.
That's really why I haven't been in the gym.
But look though, after that, Friday, it was Gigi best friend Jenny birthday. Shout out Jenny. Shout out everybody through a dope function out the city in DC. Was back on U Street for the first time in years, bro. I feel like I haven't been on U Street in a long time. Didn't stay out there very long. Or we went to our spot, didn't walk the whole whatever. But it was crazy to see the National Guard out that joint, bro. Like, you hear about it, and it's funny. Like, you'll see even videos where people say you hear about like the agents and you see the videos, but when you see like some of the mobilization in person, it's kind of like, oh shit, like this shit's way more tangible and close to me than you think. You know what I'm saying? Or then you realize it becomes it's very real, but it just becomes more real. But we had a dope Friday, but that got your boy, we was busy. And then crew got sick. It's just damn. I feel like I had a busy ass week.
My weekend kind of piggybacked Terrell's a little bit because we did have the kiddos go stay with the grandparents. So me and Aunt had a free day. We went out to eat. KP was there. Was this the weekend that I made burgers with Kales?
Was this the weekend that I made burgers that I wasn't there?
No, it was not this weekend. Well, I will say.
Nah, Kelly put the FaceTime on you crushing a slice of pizza, boy.
Oh my God.
Patrick Star face ass.
Pizza was fire, but look, let me tell you this. Definitely was a more chill weekend for your boy. Outside of supporting Terrell, because I know he had some stuff to do this weekend. We ended up shooting. Me and A-Train was able to go out. Y'all gonna see some clips for the BTB of us out. We was baby free, so we had some baby free vibes where you just kind of enjoying the breathing. And I don't gotta worry about a kid screaming or nothing like that. So that was fun. Definitely love going out with KP. Shout out. But the weekend was chill, man. Definitely also keeping up with all of the craziness that y'all are keeping up with from everything that happened. Man, I feel like we don't say it. That's a big part of the weekend.
And a big shout out to everybody that's on Patreon that got to see the behind the bros. When Tam say BTB, you know what I realized? We've been saying BTB a lot, and if it's motherfuckers that are new,
we can just say behind the bros, man. We're going behind the bros.
New episode every week, every Wednesday. Big shout out to everybody that got to see this past week. We was outside, touch grass. For Gigi's birthday, that was dope. And
look, the link is gonna be in the bios, y'all. It's not a YouTube. Patreon. Come on, I feel like some people even need to be told that.
Hell yeah, we had the bully reaction go up. You already know. Shout out to everybody that's been tapped in.
Music
That might have watched that last night. You
Monday.
listening to this today?
Yes, sir.
And we'll talk about Kanye. We gonna talk about Kanye. We gonna talk about the album.
We definitely will.
Man, where you want to start? You want to start with Cole? You want to start with the JayZ interviews that dropped right after we
got to start with the timeline. The first thing that happened when we left was the Druski. And I don't even think it was the J. The Druski and the J thing happened on the same day.
The Druski and the J happened on the same day. It was JayZ that morning. And it was Druski that evening. It was.
We talked about JayZ to start the last podcast.
Let's
put him on the back end. Because we already know what y'all like gonna say about him.
Yeah, for sure.
If you look, maybe about 6 months ago, y'all, I had just cut the beard, right? We did the Sinners joint. Terrell hadn't even cut his beard yet, but I had just cut my beard. It was a podcast of when the Nationals had. In that podcast, that was the podcast with Druski dressed up as the NASCAR. He went to the NASCAR event and he did the skit where he was like, it was whiteface. Like he painted his face white. He was a big white man. And remember in that podcast, we mainly had a conversation about sensitivity. We talked about the edge of comedy and what comedy was turning into, y'all should go and tap back into that podcast.
We argued about that.
We argued about it a little bit.
Because what though? What did we argue?
I would say the argument was really about me feeling like you shouldn't tell a joke that you wouldn't want told on you. And you saying, what if the history was worse than the joke? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that.
So
that
was a good
I remember that one. Because your point was, if it happened to, what if they start doing it to us? And I remember I was like, so what?
Yeah. My point was, like I said,
that.
you can't be the guy that don't like when... You can't be the guy whose mother passed, who's telling everybody, your mother got a fat back. It's like, bruh, if somebody say something about your mother and then you go, oh my God, my mother passed. It's like, hold up, you would just call everybody's mother fat back.
I remember you making this argument.
Anyway.
Fast forward to today with this, the new Druski skit.
Fast forward to today with the new Druski shit. I meant to say skit. Fast forward. Either way, shit hasn't changed, right? I feel like we're right back in that same boat now. But this one does seem to be a little bit more forward. You know? Believe it or not, the skit, if you listening, you not tapped in, Druski did a skit about conservative white women. And very heavily influenced by, you know, Erica Kirk, and really her.
Yeah.
I mean,
the party, but hey, she was kind of the basis for it.
When he did the whiteface joint before, it didn't seem like he was acting like anybody specific. This time, it literally feels like he put on a Erica Kirk costume.
Yeah.
And I feel like, was the video, this is where the TL is. It seemed like the TL were in between, is the video inappropriate and is the video accurate? You know?
I've seen perspectives from both.
You asked me.
I've seen perspectives from all different types of people too. What do you think about it, I guess I would ask first? Because you the one that be having the eclectic thought. You know how I be thinking.
Eclectic?
Not eclectic, but you the one that will give the, I would say you're the more unpredictable one of the both of us.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see what you mean. I felt like my honest thoughts about when I first saw the video is, I thought first off it was funny as shit. It was like, I'm not gonna act like it wasn't funny. But I asked myself, why am I laughing? I'm laughing because of the shock value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we talked about how comedy has kind of become read the room, pick the room apart, and then shock value. How close are you willing to get to the edge of comedy without falling off? Everybody is willing to take that risk and stand at the very edge of comedy because that is where success is.
That is where
you're either canceled or successful.
Even if you do something, i.e. Druski, even if you do something super controversial, ratings, like look at the viewership. It spreads like wildfire.
Druski got over 1 million likes on that video on Twitter. That's some Ellen DeGeneres shit. Do y'all remember when Ellen got 1 million likes from the Oscars?
On the Oscars picture, I remember.
Like one of the biggest nights in Hollywood. Druski got them type of numbers.
And I think he might be at 2 million, T.
He might be at 2.
1.2 million likes, 181 million views.
He went crazy on that. That is a crazy level of engagement for you to think you lost. And that's the dangerous thing with this.
Now, this is the thing, T. You go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. You was in the middle of
go ahead and say what you were to say, because I don't want to rap.
And I hope I ain't just nothing been going off on this.
Bring, bring, bring.
Right, my bad, y'all, if anything.
Big booties. 17 followed you back.
Dude, you stupid. But with the Druski skit, for me, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't watch it and like die laughing. I thought it was funny in like what you said, a shock value type of way.
Yeah.
Me and Gigi watched that joint like this. Like we was like jaw drop. I can't believe he did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the thrill of it for us. It was funny, of course, because overall, but it wasn't like how I would normally watch a Druski skit. And that's the thing about me now with Druski. Because outside of the controversy, one thing that I do notice about Druski is that ever since the shock value thing has worked and been some of his biggest videos, he's kind of living in that, what's my next shock value piece gonna be?
Yeah.
Druski was the dude that would take reality, real situations we had, your coworker at work, even like Bubba Joe and like some of the characters he would do, it would be people you really saw in your life. And it was still funny because he like recreating these moments and it's like different scenes, like different cut scenes, whatever, whether he working in a fast food joint or whatever. Now, it's like this church joint was shock value. Before that, the NASCAR joint was shock value. The nail salon joint, shock value. And then now to the Erica Kirk joint, it's like he's going that way. Which I don't think necessarily is a bad thing. And I think it's crazy to see the budgets that go behind just a video for, you know what I'm saying, just the level production value he has. But I did notice that switch, and I'm kind of a fan of the Druski before, if I'm being completely honest. But I don't want to leave the controversy. That's just my thought on Druski.
No, it's funny that you said that because I was going to stay on the controversy before I got there, but I definitely agree with that. My original thought, the first thing that I thought of was I was like, damn, this is crazy because you shouldn't have to do this. I feel like, and y'all going to say I'm hating. I always say this whenever we talk about Druski. I feel like this is a sign that the comedy is thinning. You know what I mean? Because it feels more gimmicky, you know? And you could tell when it's like, okay, bet. Instead of leaning on talent, we're leaning into the shock value. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's creative, but it's like, you know the type of response you're trying to evoke. And it's not the same as what what comedy normally was, you know? Yeah. It's like, I don't think that you should have to put on, you shouldn't have to paint your face white. And if you gotta do that for comedy, I feel like you reaching for, I don't know, y'all. I don't think that's just my opinion. I don't think that you need to paint your face white and do all of that for laughs because I told Terrell, I hate the discourse that has come after this because I don't think that your skit was funny enough for this. I think it was shocking. Holy shit, you did that. But now it's like more of a holy shit, you did that. And now we got to hear bullshit takes, bullshit what ifs, and the possibility of like responses that are like.
Nah, and that's the thing too.
You know?
That's the thing where I was like, damn, Terrence always say like.
It's like.
Terrence always do the thing that I hate, which is, man, what if they start doing this to us?
If and they do the same exact skit that Druski did and they were imitating Whoopi Goldberg or somebody that was like whatever.
But this
I
is my
feel
thing.
like we would be like, oh my God.
But it's the thing, T.
That ties back to a dangerous part of our history. And it's the question would be, then why would you do it to someone else?
They're doing it. And that's the thing that I don't like. I don't like people saying, what if they did it? They do it all the time, they're just not Druski.
Who?
It be college kids all the time doing blackface.
Fuck them college kids. And we then they get kicked out of school for doing that shit.
Sometimes be saying it like we doing something that's not.
Terrell, Druski not just a college kid though. We talking about the Druskis.
I do get that the level is different, and that's why I was saying even though you normally be saying that, this was the first time where I felt like I don't give a fuck that the conservatives are all crying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trying to say Trump's Obama post, but this and it's like. It's going to show how y'all have to compare the president to a damn comedian. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, yeah.
But it was the first time that I felt like what you said with the discourse. Afterwards, I said, I can see how somebody would feel like okaying this won't lead to anything positive. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not going in the right way, like you said. Because, again, if we do get into a back and forth or when everybody trying to offend each other, whatever, and we can just let it all go because of comedy, then
we gonna be willing to let shit go in the name of comedy as well?
I'm not even gonna put that on our jacket because black people are cool with jokes. You just gotta be funny. Bad thing is y'all gonna
hold up.
Terrence, hold on, wait, because you like to make it seem like we're just sensitive. Like, hey, look, if somebody do a funny joint, bet. If you just get up there and scream the N-word and it's not funny and it's just obvious, like Druski actually did something that people think is funny. Like, you know, if it's funny, maybe niggas will laugh. Now, I will say, T, it is bad though. I'm sorry. That was my point. My point was that it is going into a bad place.
I forget what I was about to say. Oh, you tried to say black people, we don't have a problem with jokes. You just got to be funny. That is not true.
I'm not saying we don't have a problem.
I'm saying exactly what Druski did. And I don't care how y'all feel. If a white comedian that's on the same level of Druski, Joe Rogan, somebody that, look, not a comedian, but somebody that's willing to do some crazy shit like that, that's got a following and did that, I don't even think we would think twice about saying what it was, which was, that's offensive. Not even that we would care. I think we would call it offensive. We wouldn't say it's a joke, lighten up.
This was a very far, it's just a joke is what I would say.
Yeah, because
that's all I would say. Because, again, I don't give a fuck about black people making fun of people that have, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know how I feel about blackface versus whiteface. We don't have to rehash that whole argument. But this was like okay. It's funny and it's cool, but I do see.
It's a fire starter. It's a cheap attempt for laughs by doing the white chicks thing, by dressing up and putting on. I don't care what you say. When you are a grown ass man and you got to put on a wig and makeup and act like a woman, that's cheap laughs. That's what that's just my opinion.
That's a fair take.
That's my opinion. Whatever. It's cheap laughs. Did you think it was cheap laughs for Martin to do it or for Eddie Murphy to do it? Yes. There are funny guys who didn't necessarily have to do it.
I feel like it's unfair to compare them because they did it in the hay where they made it a thing.
I'm only saying that because people like to say, but you didn't have a problem with. My thing is, because I don't want y'all to think I'm picking on Druski. It's just the cheap laughs that you get all the success, all the engagement, but like it's almost like everybody else has to deal with the bullshit combos, the bullshit TL, the bullshit responses that could come from this. And it's kind of like, you know what? This one wasn't necessarily.
Say people start doing those responses.
Yeah.
Then what?
We can't have a problem with it. We gotta just let it fly. And I feel like now that we think that, now we saying, come on, y'all, look how accurate it is. I'm seeing people say that. Look how accurate it is. I'm like, I mean, I get it, but like,
I get what you're saying, bro.
We gotta be able to laugh and then be laughed at. This is my thing. This is what I wanted to bring up before y'all try to call me anything.
I don't like that because you always put us in the, but black folk. You put us, and you need to admit that. You put us in the boat where you make
at least you know that my take haven't changed. I just told you I go back and watch the episode that we did.
Don't make us a monolith because you be making it seem like the one angry black person is
I'm
all
black.
of us.
I am black, talking to black. Y'all be wanting me to talk to black, Native American, Asian.
I'm talking about just black folks. Not all black folks have an issue, or you always try to put black folks in the, y'all need to not laugh too hard, black folks, because if they say it about y'all gonna cry.
I'm like that, and then we be like, if the shoe fit.
Okay, but
you somebody that's gonna get hit.
You the nigga, like,
you the one who need to hear that. But I'm not gonna single it out. I'm not gonna say, hey, if you're somebody, look, cause you see me saying if you get hit, all of y'all gonna say that's not me. That's why I just talk to the class. If I say the people who came late, everybody gonna say I came on time. So, and guess what? I ain't got time for that. That's why I talk to the class. Anyway, all I'm saying is
this nigga's the teacher.
I want y'all to think about this. What was the discourse that y'all just saw over one battle after another? We all had a problem with whose character? Perfidia Beverly Hills. Tiana Taylor's character.
Another one battle combo.
No, it's not a one battle combo. It's just the fact that we just showed our sensitivity around how we're portrayed in a film. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
We just showed how they really gonna give Jungle Pussy an Oscar, and what are the white people saying? It's accurate. They said Perfidia Beverly Hills was accuracy. They was about to give Tiana Taylor an Oscar for the accuracy. That black girl that's on the TL going to war behind that movie, bro. People really felt a way about the portrayal of black women within that film and the eyes it got and how many people saw it and what people could think. And why didn't he explain more? So my thing is this. We can't sit on one side and feel that way about a movie. You know what I'm saying? But then sit on the other side and tell other people that an Instagram skit that's directly about somebody, you know what I'm saying?
And fuck Shorty.
But fuck Shorty. But it's like, we can't. All right, look, that was the thing. They said, y'all don't know how to not have a flawed character. Y'all don't know how to y'all don't know how to have a character that's flawed. And it's like, we stood on the fact that we wanted the accuracy on how we was portrayed, and we ain't like the fact that y'all even talk about us. We want to represent us. That's how it is.
I will say that's actually a really good point because we was just up in arms about portrayal. You know?
Yeah.
And
so
now
that we can't just say, oh, come on, you just mad because it's accurate. You would never hear that about Perfidia, though. Y'all didn't think Tiana Taylor's character was accurate. Did y'all think Norbit was accurate? What if somebody said,
right, now let's have the real conversation. Accurate. Let's have the real conversation about accuracy. Because one of the groups of people that didn't think it was accurate was right about the character not being accurate. And the other people are in denial about their person, about it not being accurate.
What team you on? Let me guess.
Perfidia needed more backstory. And she was flawed as a character.
Terrell, you would stand up in front of a
Eric Kirk, say what you want, but most of what Druski did was reenacting what she already did.
How do you feel? How would you feel if somebody told you that Tiana Taylor and Perfidia's character was just reenacting what actual black women actually did?
That's that's even different because you would tell them you're just basing this because you're making a black. If you said Perfidia was based off of this woman in real life and this is how she was, okay, that's basically what Druski did. It's parody. You are this way. Your husband died and you threw a festival. You came out like the dead, bro. If you watch The Boys,
it was definitely
this shit is crazy. But like, because I get what you're saying though about, and it's all about future implication too. Because it's not just about, how we reacted with Perfidia and what Druski did and whatever. It's about the go forward from this. We slapped their hand for the Perfidia thing, right? Then we come back with the Druski thing, and now we're gonna, because it's letting it fly. It's still up there, whatever. This is passing off as comedy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just feel like this snowball is turning to some shit we about to run from, like motherfucking Indiana Jones.
Y'all ever see Barbershop 2? I feel like a lot of times like Eddie. Do y'all remember the scene in Barbershop 2 where he said, you know what? They gonna go get their guns. And we ain't gonna do nothing but show up with our guns. Eddie was like, yeah. Oh, then they gonna start shooting. Oh, then we gonna start shooting.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
Oh, some of them gonna get killed. And some of us gonna get killed.
And then some of us gonna get killed.
Eddie was like,
yeah.
A lot of times I feel like a 2026 version of Eddie that's just trying to make it to the old nigga in a chair that got the wisdom for the youth. I could meet a Calvin and I'll sit in his chair. I'm just trying to make it to Eddie age. Like, and I feel but sometimes I feel like in my youth, just like Eddie, I feel like I'm able to see, like you said, the big snowball that we making that's getting ready to just
like, hey guys, you know, it's kind of like, it's really not a thing right now, right? And we're having this big convo about it, but like, go ahead and chalk it up to just comedy. Y'all,
it's just comedy. It's comedy.
The next thing that comes, we'll just see how people respond. And you know what?
It could come in
I feel like people are, like Terrence, looking for black people to play this big, oh my God, hurt role. But I feel like we have preparedness now. I just don't think, I don't like where it will go for visually because
I'm not afraid
parody is dangerous. But I don't think black people are going to be up in arms with if Theo Von or somebody does a
But that's my thing.
skit.
So this is what I was about to say. I don't think that we're going to see a reenactment of the same. You know what I'm saying? A nigga shoot up your football practice. You ain't going to wait for the nigga to go and practice his football and shoot up their practice. You can catch them niggas wherever they at. So my thing is this.
That's an analogy for the kids.
All I'm saying is we got to look at this shit in that same way where, no, they not going to do what we did and dress up black. That's the easy ploy. But what we'll start to see is the same level risk taken on a different avenue.
Yeah.
A certain joke that you wouldn't tell that now it's going to go far. A certain animation or a certain cartoon or skit that you create that includes some racist, jokey bullshit. But since it's accuracy over feelings now, are we going to be willing to wear that same cloak and be cool with it? Or when we get it on, we like this?
And you know what? Put your thoughts in the comments. What you think we're not going to be? We got too much to get to stay on.
Yeah, we do.
What's next? We might as well go to That nigga.
Jigga.
Man, no, we can talk about. I mean, I guess
About
we
him
can talk
later.
about. We
No,
can
we talk about him later. We talk about later. Let's talk about Date a Nerd. Let's talk about Date a Nerd.
You know, back when I was still having sex with men who wore Adidas slides and dirty white socks, you know the ones. I wish I could tell me then that I'd be married to like a whole ass pediatrician sitting outside in our backyard by the fire he built me, drinking an old fashioned, waiting for him to come downstairs to join me because he's putting our kids to bed. Marry the nerd.
Man.
That's the clip.
Send me that, please.
That's DL Hughley's daughter.
That's DL Hughley's daughter.
That is DL Hughley's daughter.
Wow.
That said that. Look at her. She actually kind of look like DL a little bit.
Yeah, she do look like DL.
Outspoken like DL.
Mm-hmm. And that set a fire blaze to the TL. Because
That did. That set a fire blaze to the TL because we started having people respond to her statement of date the nerd. Date the nerd. Ha, oh, if you would have told me when I was getting fucked by guys in Adidas slides and white socks that I'd be having a fire built for me. Think about how that feels. You know what niggas say? I don't give a fuck if you got her, cause I slutted her out. And niggas feel that. Niggas feel like, he slutted her out, and now I got her, and I'm doing all of this stuff for her. Yeah.
I feel like that's all projection.
No, 100%. That's why I said
No nigga says.
the reason why the TL went on fire is because niggas have been peddling. Bro, niggas been pushing that for a minute now, Terrell. The shorty, that's why the Beat It chick joint came up.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
It affirmed a lot of people that felt
it was
like.
her speaking the Beat It chick situation. Like,
Nah, you
but
but
thug now you come back
See,
to
no,
the
no, no.
nerd later.
you're mixing the
'Cause you-
Ari Lennox joint.
No, but her too because
They
it's-
both kind of set the
kind of
TL
the same
off this
thing.
week.
The Ari Lennox joint was bad. If you want to add that to this, that just puts gas on this.
Because that's where it was like, alright. But look, let's have the conversation about the date the nerd.
The Date the Nerd. And look, I got a couple things that I wrote down because one thing that I really wanted to say to her, if you would allow me, look, without interrupting, I mean,
Damn, he pulls up a paragraph.
one thing that I did want to say: 90% of these women are nerds. I'm gonna just let that sit for a minute, cause then we should all just do this. TL. Because like, so what? I just don't see why a bunch of people.
Oh, so what?
Huh?
So what?
So now that we know that 90% of women are nerds, when they say date the nerd, they're saying date the guy that's more like you. This sounds
No,
bad.
she said marry the Terrence, don't you changing it? She's saying marry the nerd.
Marry the nerd.
So, but it implies that if you've been fucking around all,
The
if
TL
you've been
said
acting
date,
like
the TL
Sierra,
was date the nerd, Terrell. It was
if
not.
you've been dating Bow Wows
Marry.
and 50 Cents and this,
Because this is not what it's about.
marry the Russell.
This is about date the nerd. This is not about marrying the. This is not about marriage.
Terrence, it was marry the nerd. It was date the nigga that plays
So,
whatever.
but the
She
TL
said marry the nerd.
She did say marry the nerd. But this was more about marriage on the TL more so than it was about.
Well, it's about the
Just how
decisions
the-
you making first versus decisions you making.
See, no.
Later.
See, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about marriage. I think a lot more. I think
Okay, yeah. What you saying?
because you got a lot of men that's like, what is a nerd? Or we know what she means by nerd. A lot of men, people were talking about how a nerd is basically just like a regular guy. But the nerd thing is like belittling in a way because it sounds like you're settling. Stop dating what you want and date
And marry the
nerd
nerd.
you can get.
It don't sound. It literally is telling people. It is like settling.
It is, but all I'm saying is the girls themselves are nerds. And the reason why it sounds bad is because I feel like that's a message for women that we hearing and we kind of standing in the back and we like, what the fuck? Y'all heard what she said? Like, what? But if she was talking to all women, I don't think that the message gets lost at all. Because
But you get why niggas are upset because of what she's saying. She's not just saying, hey,
No,
girls, date a nice guy.
but yeah,
She was in the comments saying the sex was, y'all
that
probably didn't
was
see
crazy.
that.
That
She
was where she was wrong.
responded
That's where
to
she
a
was dead ass
comment
wrong.
under that and said,
But
the
I'm not-
sex was tea or some shit like that, which is so disrespectful to your husband.
I'm not even talking about that.
And that's a part of what set the TL ablaze, though, T.
But I'm not talking about what set the TL ablaze anymore.
But this is what she's telling, like you said, she's telling this to the women.
She's saying that the sex when she dated the hood nigga
was bomb.
better,
But
right?
this nigga's gonna make me an old fashioned and
But
put the kids to
this-
bed. So fuck that. I'll just do that.
Fellas, I don't feel like you see what you're doing.
Okay, T, my bad. Okay, go
You
ahead.
doing what that YN's doing.
Okay, well tell me how
by
it's
thinking
different.
about the sex comment.
Not even that. It's the principle. It's the fact that you love dating these niggas.
Fellas, let's have the real honest convo. Let's have the real honest convo.
What T? You make the point
Terrell,
you was getting ready
listen.
to make first because
Do
you
you
was about
marry
to make a point.
Terrell? What was we just talking about with Tiana Trump and the soccer dude? What's the TL saying? You need to marry the joint like that.
Terrence, but nobody.
Listen,
that's
they
not a
say
point that
don't-
somebody's making. That's a very niche.
Terrell, but,
Perspective.
what I'm telling you is think about the reason why we as men understand that point. Where they say marry you think you want to marry, niggas be like, I want a girl that's only been with one dude. Then when you get with the girl that's been with one dude, you're wishing you had, like Shorty, you wishing she was more like white flip-flops and white socks. You wish she was more like the gutter joints that you was slamming. But you wanted this purity for your life, and guess what? It was a facade. I feel like
We talk about that though. We talk about that in jest. You didn't see a nigga did it and said, "Hey,
time niggas
Fellas.
niggas are doing it."
no." But T, and what Terrence is referring to is right.
Because
Tiana
like
Trump.
we said, you
They-
said
let me
that
give
the
them
nigga
example.
that got with Tiana Trump.
I forget the name of the football player that got with Tiana Trump. She's a porn star, right?
She's a former porn star.
She's a former porn star. Forgive. But the conversation was about how, like Terrence said, niggas grow up and you want the girl that has the least amount of experience. But when you look at stories from married men, those be the girls that are less sexually driven in the marriage. So it was a conversation on the TL about, look at bro with Tiana Trump. He never gonna have to worry about that because Shorty freaked out. You ain't gotta worry about her not having the same sexual drive as you.
And it ain't even always about sexual drive more so than it's about
Understanding what you want.
she understand how to please you as a man more than a woman who's only ever pleased one man. Just the same way that Delron or
Terrence, I get what you're saying.
DeAndre, who fucked 20 bitches, including you, not probably gonna hit you better than, like you said, bro, who doing the whatever fire, who might be more of a nerd.
So what is your point to the whole data nerd thing? Are you saying that she's right?
My point.
Or because I feel like you bringing up a whole different thing than what she's actually.
Son, no, I feel like I'm trying to say my point, but I have
You're
to
going.
battle you.
Terrence, I'm just asking you to explain.
Terrell, I
don't get
know,
it.
and I'm explaining. And now you're asking me my point, but I've been talking to you this whole time.
No, I'm saying, what is your point about the nerd?
What I've
situation?
been trying to say is that 90% of women are nerds, and they think they want the opposite of them, like how we feel like, well, look, we slutty as fuck. But for some reason, you talk to a man and they say that they want this nice girl. I want a girl that's not. Look, me and I watch Pop the Balloon all the time. When the natural girls be up there, niggas keep their balloons. Because niggas have in their mind, let a shorty say, I'm from Atlanta. Watch every man pop. Oh, nah, you from Atlanta. I know you on them streets. Like, man, we want a reserved woman, but a lot of times we ourselves might not be that.
And we get that.
We might be we might be a freaky ass nigga. We want the girl that's whatever. I feel like women are the same exact way, just the opposite. Women be nerdy as fuck. Literally nerded the fuck out. The most nerds in the world, women. Most women, just like us, are attracted to what? The bad boy. Or the guy that's like, that seems dangerous. But what happens when most women get with that guy? Y'all ever see Paid in Full? The Regina Hall and A Boogie character. What did she tell him? I'm with you because I'm boring too. Boring too? This nigga one of the biggest street kings you with right now. You talk about boring too. Why? Because women see the nerd in you regardless of who you are. Because most women are nerds themselves. You get with a woman, do she be impressed by your gangster shit? Fellas, I'm not a gangster, but keep it a stack. Do women really, are they really Perfidia Beverly Hills? Are they getting, excited by your gangster when you rob a nigga? Your girl be like, oh yeah, No, you get with them and guess what? They be like, oh, you doing too much. They trying to take you to the aquarium. They trying to get you to do puzzles and Legos with the street nigga. Because guess what? They, at heart, are nerds themselves. So my only point is, the TL being hit about, women saying date the nerd. It just comes from the OG definition of nerd being a nigga that wear glasses, tape on his glasses, sit in the back of the class, something like that. But I feel like they just using that word to explain a regular dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When in turn, I feel like really they the nerds themselves.
And I don't feel like they meant date the beat it chick meme. That dude is really a nerd. And
I mean, in school it seemed like it, but not really.
But like by the meme, you got braces, books. Like, you're the obvious nerd type. The bruh she's talking about, a lot of people wouldn't think is a nerd. He's a pediatrician.
He's a nerd. The dude with the books for calculus, you don't become a pediatrician.
No, you're right. But I think the point is, the discourse that I saw and was a part of around the marry the nerd thing was about the fact that this bruh deserves a better woman than you. Because, yeah, you a nerd or whatever. But, like, what he was able to do, based on how you talking and based on even how you in the comments, and then based on the way people were trying to understand it, it was like, nah, because like you have said in the past, and like we both know, the marry the nerd always comes after the bad decisions that y'all won't admit are bad decisions. That's the thing about men. This whole thing is because we've been trying to convince y'all that y'all make bad decisions in men for years.
So her saying
they don't take accountability.
So
now y'all want to get to the point where you say, like you said, you tired of dating the whatever, go marry the Russell. It's like people have an issue because
that's why I'm saying when women say date the nerd, they're like saying date the Russell Wilson guy. And I feel like ain't that what we've been saying? Ain't that what we want? Like we have a problem with her saying marry the nerd. We have a.
She said she basically made it seem like girls, you good to do that, but marry the nerd. That's what it sounded like. It didn't sound like stop dating the guy like this.
I did not hear that at all. I did not hear you're good to do that. She said if you'd have told me back when I was with these lame ass niggas that I would have ended up in the backyard with a fire pit, and it wasn't from any other dude like them. It would actually be from a nerd.
She said, I wouldn't have believed you, which means
she wouldn't have believed it. It sounds bad because we in the room. But if to women, I feel like that's a better message than...
It's the fact that after she said that, she says, marry the nerd. AKA, out of all these niggas you fucking, pick him.
Okay,
and marry him since he's the nerd.
I get it. Yes, she made...
You making it seem like she's telling niggas, telling women to date Russells. That's not what she was doing with that clip.
Yeah, she is. She's not saying date fucked up niggas until the nerd. She was not saying that.
She's saying... She's saying marry the Russell after you get your backbone out by the 50
Do you not agree with that? Do you not agree with the notion to marry the Russell?
Terrence, I can't even believe you're saying this.
Terrell, let's keep it a stack.
You have criticized Sierra for her decisions and then acting like she found God.
No, I don't like acting like you found God, but a woman telling women, because you focusing on Mary. My TL and on my notes, my TL was talking about dating nerds. Date the nerd. And this was a bunch of people who were talking about dating pool, not who they about to marry. That changes the conversation because I get what you're saying, like shitting on a bunch of men.
It was the principle of decision making. Like, y'all want to go and fuck all of these street niggas, and then you get to the point in your life where you can say, oh, you know what?
It's like that's one side of the argument that you're stuck on. Okay, yes, we get that. But the point is...
This is the first time we talking about that side of the argument.
No, that's the only side that you want to focus on. Oh, she fucked all of these men before. Now she want to marry the nerd.
But I feel but do you agree that
wasn't the conversation? What was on the TL for me?
But it was. Do you agree that it was controversial because the fact she said it this way? If she would have just said, "Hey, ladies, date you a Russell because bad guys are bad," that'd be advice. It was controversial and on your TL controversial because of the context in which she said that.
Yeah, but
you said, you making it
you're making the whole conversation about marriage, and I'm talking about just dating nerds too. And it's like you don't want to talk about that because you want to focus on what happens when you date nerds.
I thought we was focusing on the controversy of the
date
tweet.
Street guys and then marry the nerd. I get it. Yes.
I thought we was
fucked
focusing
up.
on the controversy of the tweet.
I was focusing on the TL backlash. How everybody was like talking about the, you know? But like, if you only want to focus on the tweet, I definitely feel like, yeah, she was being petty. I feel like it was petty. But that's, like I said, I'm not trying to make a point about her. I think the obvious thing is her. I was talking about people feeling hit that women on the TL were like saying that they understood her. And then you got so many people trying to push the narrative that you saying, but how did people respond when that girl was like, I can't date a nerd. I can only date street niggas. Everybody in the comments will call her a dumbass. You a dumbass bimbo. You a dumbness. So it's like, we shouldn't be hit at.
But T, you can't always play that card.
We shouldn't be hit at a girl saying marry the nerd because low key, that's what, we not nerds. They marrying regular guys because they nerds.
And that's the thing, T. That's completely fine. It's the fact that she said that she was fucking with the street niggas first and then said the sex was bomb and telling women to.
For real. I'm not.
But
I don't get
marry
why you're making it
the
seem,
nerd.
I don't know why you make it seem like I'm missing that.
Because
like,
T, you making it seem like I don't understand why niggas was making it seem like they didn't understand.
No, I'm saying niggas shouldn't be so hit at other women saying yes, date nerds. Because fellas,
I feel like if she had just said date nerds, niggas wouldn't have cared. It's the fact that
feel
you
like
said
we would be rejoicing at women saying fuck the nerds, date more street niggas.
Taz is acting like he don't remember what she said. Like he said it to start. When I was getting my back blown out by whatever.
No. I feel like I said, I don't know how many times I have to tell you that she was wrong. Like I said, we're talking about two different things. I'm just talking about men feeling hit. Oh, date the nerds. See these women out here. It's like, y'all, women choosing to date nerds is actually the plus. Like,
so what is a nerd? Like, are you a nerd?
I would say I was a nerd.
I wouldn't agree. And this is why I think this whole thing is stupid. You're nowhere near a nerd.
Literally a drama student, film geek.
But that's the thing. The lines are so blurry on what is and isn't a nerd
that
now.
That is literally my point. And that's literally what the TL was talking about what a nerd is. And that's why I said the women are saying date the nerd, but they really talking about a regular guy with a regular hobby, a regular life.
So you think it's fine that they fuck all of the street niggas and then
I don't
they
think
need to go and whatever?
No.
Because that was her.
And that's why I said you talking about the dating fuck street niggas to marry the nerd. I'm talking about if women are switching the code and saying fuck street niggas and choosing to date the nerds, that's good. That's a positive.
I mean, yeah. That would be a good thing. I just feel
you're
like
not gonna.
She didn't just. If she would have.
And the reason why I'm saying that is because women themselves, you're a nerd. You like if it's a girl watching this right now, I swear to God, you think you cool, but guess what? I bet you'd rather do nerd shit than cool shit. Because guess what, Terrell? What's cool shit? What's cool?
I don't even know. That's why I think what Shorty said, that's why I didn't focus on the nerd part. Because there is no definition for a nerd.
You know what the definition of nerd is?
You know it?
Yeah. Somebody who is extra, I don't know if it's extremely, but somebody who is super enthusiastic about a certain topic or subject. That's literally all a nerd definition is.
See, that's why I feel like, again, you said, yeah, we get it. She's saying to date the Russell. The issue that I saw, we can wrap it in. The issue that I saw and the whole controversy behind this whole thing, because I get what you're saying, which is girls dating nerds is a good thing. I feel like
I'm saying girls are nerds themselves.
Girls are nerds
so we shouldn't be hit at them saying date the nerd. Yeah, because they're nerds themselves. Like, that doesn't, just because they choose to date you, if they dated a street nigga before you and they chose to date you, it don't make you like a nerd.
I don't think niggas were thinking, hey, I'm not a nerd, more than don't come to me, the nerd, after you fuck all of the street niggas. It's the Russell saying, fuck out of here.
Nah, yeah.
You know?
Nah, yeah.
Versus, because if she would have just kept it like that, then cool. But you was wilding on you are a visual representation of like, wow, you actually probably not even happy with your husband. He's making you a drink. You outside talking about the street niggas you fucked.
If you married a girl that's the virgin, is she a better eater than shorty that you fucked and whatever that was slutted out? No.
But Terrence,
those are the conversations you would not have with the girl. Like, that's why I say we be in the room for combos, getting hit by shit that we shouldn't really have heard because the women understand it.
But like, we in everybody's room. Everybody in everybody's room. And if it was anybody, you gonna put it on the TL. It's for everybody you talking about, man. We gonna respond the same way y'all will respond that you gonna for other for. And Terrence, my question to you is this. If your girl posted this exact reel, you would have an issue with it.
No, I wouldn't. I have lived a life of. If
your girl did that and posted that comment,
I wouldn't want A-Train doing the fucking and sucking in the.
She didn't say all that. All she said was the sex was tea.
Terrell, no, that was crazy. I wouldn't want that. I would definitely have an issue with that. You don't think
the video itself was crazy for her to post while her husband? You're in the house making something. A-Train's like, if I would have known when I was dating a bunch of street niggas that I was gonna marry the content nerdy creator.
Has anybody ever talked to Anjali? What do y'all think she is saying? It's like, that's why I say, I always felt like, and this is my thing. We are saying the Russell, but I feel like the Russell is closer to the nerd than what we talking about. Like, I feel like any Sierra could go step to and get a Russell. We're not even talking about Russells more than we just talking about solid men. Dog, we talking about these girls saying date the nerds, not meaning not date a street. Yes, I feel like I could be a much better selection of a guy than a nigga that you might have talked to and his hustle every day was like street shit. But I don't feel hit like that you went from that life to me and you look at it like, oh, I got with more of a nerdy guy. Yeah, you got with a nigga that's a film student. Like, film student, own hustle, self-made. Nerds cool. Nerds are cool. Kanye West is a nerd. Steve Jobs, nerd. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nerd is cool now is all I'm saying. Getting with the street nigga is the lamest shit now. If you with the nigga and you trying to be...
I feel like we get that. We get that nerds are cool now and there's no such thing as a nerd and all the coolest people are nerds.
I'm answering your question.
But you're saying to me, and I am blown away by this, that if your girl posted this same TikTok, you would have an issue with it, Terrence.
Terrell, I swear to God, A-Train talks like that already.
You need to go back and watch that joint word for word what she said.
Already, she just don't say I was getting fucked. I'm saying if she said, yo, if you would have told me that I would be in this position with this type of guy versus the men that I was looking at, I am not them niggas. I'm not. And why would I be hit at the truth? Because she said it and I heard it. It's not even a hit thing more than. If you would have told me I would be with bony ass Terrell and I was with all muscle bound niggas, but
no nigga wants to see that because guess what that says?
What if you weren't supposed to hear that?
That makes it seem like you settled for something you didn't even like, Terrence.
What if you? No, Terrell, no, you are the opposite.
If A-Train,
you are very different than what you had.
Okay, but guess what? You're not different than everybody A-Train's dated in her whole life.
I never said I was.
But that's the point. The point is. If A-Train only dated Lil Wayne looking...
Terrell, but we're not talking about it. You don't know that.
Listen.
She's talking about
we're going about what Shorty said. If A-Train only dated Lil Wayne dread niggas and said, if I would have known when I was dating nothing but dreadhead niggas that I would end up with a shortcut nigga, some people have the right or have the curiosity or mindset to say, she might not even like him. The next dreadhead cute nigga that come.
No, man.
No, away from the nigga.
No, it's like, damn, I didn't think that love existed here when I was there.
If you were the first
not that I thought, that's it. No, I didn't think that love existed where I am back when I was here. Terrell,
it's your example. Oh, we gotta change this battery, T.
I'm cooking him.
I'm cooking you. Hold on, wait.
My thing is, why would I be hit at what I'm not? I wouldn't be. Look, do you think Russell Wilson is hit that he's not Future? No. He knows that he's not Future. Has Russell Wilson ever came out and had an issue with Sierra said? No.
What you have?
I don't like Sierra. Literally,
this nigga have been the main one to say, fuck Russell. Sierra only did that and she was the bad person. She dated all these niggas and did this. And now you act like you don't get what we saying about this.
Sierra went from Future to Russ. And tried to act like God blessed her.
What about
this girl in the video is not acting like she received a blessing from God. Come on. This girl is realizing the mistakes in her life. Sierra didn't seem to do that.
Sierra did that. She stopped dating them niggas, got with the nigga.
No,
less.
but Sierra never came out with a video that said, damn, you know what? If you'd have told me when I was dating Future that I would have ended up with
Terrence,
Russ.
she did it 1,000 times and you've hated it every time.
Terrell,
she said it.
she literally acted like God blessed her.
But that's her way of
Russ
saying it.
came down
Why
with
are you?
Angel.
Hold on, wait. His
Terrell,
man. Why are you hit? Why were you so hit?
Terrell, because you're making these women think that you didn't just make a conscious decision to go against what you normally did. You making these women, you had these women for years saying, I really want to know what was Sierra's prayer. It was not a prayer that she said to God. That was the difference between that. All I'm saying now is
we find the same fallacy in Shorty acting.
And hold on,
like
wait, what was we arguing about before you went and stopped the joint? Because you got cooked.
No, I didn't. If you was the first skinny nigga that a girl ever dated, she only dated, Aaron Donald size niggas. Not fat niggas. Niggas that could deadlift way more than you, right?
And then she said,
if she get with you, you're not crazy as fuck to think, I'm not even Shorty tight.
nah,
Did she settle? You know what I'm saying? You go your whole life dating these niggas, and then you say, fuck it, me and this skinny nigga get married.
No, it's not that. It's not that.
Somebody might feel like she might have got to the point where she said, fuck it, I'm gonna just be with you.
You know what, fellas? Damn. What's that? Spam.
I get so many spam wrists.
Terrell, I feel like that is being hit. That guy is hit. And all I'm saying is you should not be hit. You're married to a woman, right? Married, kids. What's your issue?
Sierra was married. Russ, kids. You had an issue. What's the issue?
Oh my God, Terrell. I swear.
Because I feel like this girl is following the Russ play. She's following the Sierra playbook.
Terrell, no, Sierra
Fuck
said.
the street niggas. And then
Sierra has never said that.
She did it.
Terrell, but that's what we talking about.
We
the
watched
fact that
it happen.
we listening to this girl say, hey, if you would have told me back when I was eating chips and Cheez-Its every night, that by the time that I had my kid in my crib, it would be because I made the decision to eat healthier.
Terrence, that's way different. You eating healthy is different than you fucking a bunch of niggas before.
Terrell, oh my God.
Settling.
Terrell, what about the fuckboy ass women you talked to before you got with G? Now I'm about to get on your ass.
Hold on, wait.
So
First
do
of all,
those women define you? Do those women define you? Should you? Oh, why you get with G? Why you ain't gonna get with the trash ass joint that you grew up hitting?
First
Why
of all, what you
spend your life
talking about?
Trash ass joint.
I didn't spend my first of all. Tell you can never put it on my jacket. First
And
of all,
then
hold on,
you-
wait. You can
but-
never
but-
put that
but
on my
look,
jacket. Now
but-
you're starting to be disrespectful.
Terrell, no, because
I
now
never
you're
hit
trying to make-
trash.
Now you're trying to make
I've never hit trash though.
Terrell.
I've always leveled up.
What a drink
I
that
have
you-
never
Okay,
dated
bet.
a bunch of trash
You leveled
joints
up,
and then
but
said,
you
fuck
leveled
it.
up.
No, every
Her
bitch that-
going from street nigga to
Every-
nerd is a level up.
Terrence, no, you're wrong. Every girl that I've ever dated, I feel like, all right, bet I'm leveling.
All right,
leveling,
bet.
leveling,
Trey, you're
leveling.
cooking yourself with
I'm
that.
not.
You're
no,
cooking yourself because
I'm not saying
why
fuck
you
it.
had to level up. Why you ain't just go
Terrence,
and get
no.
with.
What I'm saying is, I dated Shorty and got with a better Shorty. Left Shorty, got with a better Shorty.
Okay,
About to
bet,
marry
bet,
the best
bet.
one.
Okay,
Like,
Terrell, bet. So look,
I
she
didn't
feel
have
the
a
same.
string of trash and then say,
Terrell,
you know what? Let me go
but
marry
guess
Shorty
what?
from Books A Million.
But what if you said, damn, when I was fucking with Shorty that had the burnt perm in her hair with the.
Terrence, no, you the nigga that's chasing. You're the Eddie Murphy. You want to chase down the
God.
Robin Givens and then settle for the Halle.
Terrell, no. You're
The good
missing
girl.
it. I can't believe you don't get this, Terrell. I really can't. I really can't believe that
I
you
feel
don't
like
get
you
it.
you made a whole separate point from the whole controversy.
Terrell, no, I didn't. I think I made the best point, which is that, yo, women.
Your whole
women,
point was
women.
women are nerds too, so we shouldn't.
No,
care.
women are primarily nerds. They are putting on makeup and hair and wigs and lashes and all of this shit to cover up the fact they themselves are nothing but a little
I don't
nerd
see what that has to
who
do
really
with the
just wants to
girl.
do the most nerdiest shit ever. So them saying marry the nerd actually is them finally saying they gonna marry somebody like themselves.
You're just okay.
Yeah.
So just fuck all of the context that she said in the beginning of that TikTok.
You see,
That created this conversation. T, we
and
would
this
have
is
had a
the issue.
conversation
No,
about a
Terrell,
girl
this
that
is the
said to date
issue.
nerds.
I wanted to talk about the discourse that I saw on my TL. Terrell wanted to
This
talk
nigga had a
about
crazy different
only
TL from
the
everybody
shit
else.
that he saw with the girl being married. And you just wanted me to get up here and say she was, oh, you shouldn't fuck a bunch of street
I
niggas
thought
and then
Terrence
get with
was
the
gonna
nerd.
say what he always says about the women that do this.
I'm talking to you niggas. I'm
Talk to
talking to the
yourself.
fellas.
Who am I calling?
Hello, Terrell. It's nice to take your order. It's nice to finally hear from you.
One thing I did want to say, y'all, just keep it just moving the shit forward. We will talk about some of these. Every topic we have, we will bleed.
Spicy.
We can bleed. But a good moment from the weekend that I didn't get to mention, forgot to mention. Bron and Bronny.
Man. Yeah.
Not even really, y'all know how I am with basketball. I'm the most casual now. I feel like I'm the most casual basketball fan ever now. But man, seeing Bron out there with his son as somebody with a young son, shout out to all of my boy dads out there.
Yeah.
That was inspiring, bro. It's the absolute highest level. You became the greatest at this thing, and you just dished the rock to your son who just hit a three. I feel like that just was crazy. I feel like that was crazier than we realized.
Yeah.
He will be able to, Bronny will be able to retire and say, my first year in the league, I played with my dad. Who's the fucking GOAT? Like,
Bronny, you being able to play with your dad, even if you only play 4 years, man, what a privilege.
yeah.
Bron gets the biggest privilege. I can't lie. Bron gets the biggest privilege. I told Terrell I was smiling ear to ear when that clip of Bron when he's like, Bron or Bronny. I feel like he knew that they was about to go in. But he's like, Bron or Bronny. Both O.
Yeah.
Walking in with my son. I told Terrell, there's things that I do with Sonny now that I'm like, oh shit, I can't hide my proud face. Like we out at the slides with her and she making friends out there. And I'm having my moment just like that where I'm like, okay, I gotta be a dad right now, but there's other people around me, but like I'm actually happy as fuck. Like I'm actually happy as fuck. Look at this.
Yeah.
And like I feel like we get so many moments with Bron where we see him truly loving being his dad, loving being a dad. And I was gonna say, if I was Bron, I would spam it because that low key makes me that adds to my GOAT conversation. I know Jordan just this week. On the heels of the cold shit said, I don't believe in the GOAT conversation. It's like, oh my God, Jordan, you doing the same bullshit. But
Jordan can say that, though.
Jordan can say that, yes. We can get there. But
Oh, yeah, we gonna get there.
I feel like there's no GOAT conversation because LeBron is the fucking GOAT.
I just feel like, fuck with
Jordan, you a GOAT. LeBron is the GOAT for this shit, yo. I'm passing the rock to my seed.
Nah,
Y'all niggas can't say y'all got that. Okay, let's go ring for ring.
I got
Let's go
rings.
Olympic gold. Let's go MVP. Show me your son that you got to the
Now,
league.
Bronny still got a little ways to go.
Now walk it.
He done that. The highlights are there.
The highlight is there. That picture of Bron going in with his son is just legacy. That's amazing.
I made it to the top and brought my son with me. Can't nobody tell me nothing. I don't give a fuck what y'all say about nepotism. I don't give a fuck who's mad that he did it. It's a W for a black man to get to do that. Now, y'all know how I feel about billionaires. But I just love I love what LeBron represents for black fatherhood at the highest level.
Yeah.
He debunks all of the bullshit people try to say. You know what I'm saying? Not that it's not still trash, niggas out there, but everybody got their opportunities as a people. You know what I'm saying? Ours sometimes be getting the motherfucking spotlight. So that's why I love to see stuff like Bron because you can't say niggas don't take care of their kids.
Yeah.
The greatest basketball player of all time took care of his kids so damn much while becoming the greatest that his son is on the damn team now.
And like y'all, I feel like a lot of y'all will, I'm just like y'all where I have a kid now. Some of y'all are saying that y'all were in school when y'all started fucking with us and now you grown and you starting your life and you're like, damn, it's crazy to see y'all growing and live life and not just get older, but like seem to show me a way of, okay, bet as you age, this what comes with it. I feel like Bron is somebody that I look at like that. Like, yo, we watched you as a youngin' in the league, and now we still watching you be a responsible dad to the point your son, who we watched you responsibly have courtside.
Yeah.
We watched you now have that motherfucker in the league. We know your whole fam. It's definitely more of a privilege, your journey.
Wife.
Yeah. Like
They try to put smut on your name with Vanna, but guess what?
even as a fan, I appreciate being down in the journey more than I appreciate even just what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, Trae Young? I did not know Trae Young had kids and was married. I did not know that.
Yeah, I think I did.
Like, I just thought I just knew of him in Atlanta. But now he's in DC and I started following him on IG and tapped in. I'm like, damn. I don't know what it is. I'll just say this. When I found out that you are a father, and I think Terrell said this before me. When I find out that you a father, I look at you completely different. And it's not good or bad, but I know, okay, bet. If you a father, then there's no way that, I don't look at you like how I look at people who aren't fathers. It's not that it's an up or down thing.
But explain it.
Explain it means, basically, long story short, I know the life that a father has entered.
Nah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you really love it or not, I feel like there's not a sane father on this earth that don't feel the weight of his kids.
Nah, yeah. And I get what you mean by that. I just wanted to, that's why I kind of want you to expound on it, because it is when you find out somebody else got a kid same age as you or even a little bit older than yours, whatever, or even if their kid is like 11, 12, we got little ones. Yeah. You do still feel like they gonna understand the softness that gotta come with kids. They're gonna understand they're gonna understand, because think about it. You ever talk to somebody and you like, you got your kid, but you like, y'all doing kids? Because it's like, I don't even know how y'all are with kids. But people that have kids that you talk to about kids, it's like a little bit more of a vulnerable.
Now when I'm with
it's a little bit more of a vulnerable conversation.
Bro, yes. And like when I'm with my fiance and my daughter and we out, that's when I realized in my life that I'm the most vulnerable. Not because whatever, but you know, by yourself, you can protect yourself. Me and A-Train, I feel like I can protect her. Me, A-Train, and Sonny, it's like, I got all my shit out right now, so everybody better act right. You know what I mean?
Nah, yeah.
And one thing that I realized that I really appreciate is when, like, a man will hold a door for us. I'm walking out, I got Sonny, I'm trying to hold the door for me and A. When I see the gestures that reach for that, it always makes me think, I wonder if he has a kid or a baby girl. Or when I see a father with his daughter and that respect is like, yo, you got something to protect in here while you getting your Cheerios? I got something to protect in here while I'm getting this ranch. So bet. I just feel like I trust fathers more. Is that weird? I mean, I trust you. If you got your kid and you walk in somewhere, you gain my trust times 10 versus bro who walk in alone.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I do that.
And let's say I know you got a kid.
Yeah.
If I see you in person, I'm think I low-key have a little bit more trust for you.
Not yet. If you have that's the thing. If you with your kids, and I get pissed off about stuff a certain way that I get profiled now when I'm with crew. Like, I'll be out with crew and the white people and the white person do the white person thing. We come down the aisle. I'm like, we're literally
I got my kid
talking down this whole aisle.
Yeah.
You can hear us coming. We are the most friendliest bunch. I got this boy that will literally talk your head off. He will talk to you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And you acting like this, that make me feel like, damn, am I that much of a fucking threat?
That's what I'm saying.
The damn kid don't disarm me. So I do understand the inverse of that, which is, if I see a young nigga come around the corner and then see a kid, I'm like, he ain't want no, he ain't on nothing, because ain't nobody on nothing when they with their kid.
And y'all don't realize what Terrell just said is that's a part of you realizing your true identity when you become a father. You start realizing how you look at yourself when you with your kid and you say, yo, I'm harmless. I got my fucking kid right here. But that brings the light to how they really see you, kid or not. That's how they look at you. Y'all think you feel some way as a black man, a woman clutch her purse when you walk by? Think about how you feel seeing a woman clutch her purse you walk by with your kid. You be thinking, you think I'm gonna tell Sonny wait while I fuck you up, take your purse, and then we about to just, look, Terrell, me and Terrell out front the crib with the kids. The white women jogging committee, they come running down the block. Lie to y'all not, they see me and Terrell and immediately just make right before us the U-turn and run away. Me and Terrell both, I got Sonny in my hands, Terrell got crew in his hands. We said, damn. Do you think that we was gonna put the babies down because we like lions got gazelles? We gonna come in
and don't say, oh, maybe their marathon was going the other way because y'all ran past it before we wasn't outside.
We see it, and that's the bad thing.
And that's the truth. And not trying to get us too far away from Bron, but that's what the visual
of Bron
by itself.
Yes,
it's more powerful to us, and with the examples given.
Yeah,
that's what makes it more powerful than somebody that might say, man, nepotism, he got his kid fuck Bron, you know?
There's a certain parent part of you that will always see, you will always just get it, you know?
Yeah. And I don't think you got to be a parent to understand it.
No, you don't.
You have to be a parent to understand how important that image is outside.
And you know what? We should say that. You really just got to have the closeness to the young life. There's plenty of people who got nieces, nephews that totally understand the importance of certain
100%,
shit.
100%.
And they not parents themselves, so.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Bron, shout out to Bronny.
Shout out.
Let me know next time, bruh. Come up. This is gonna be quick and it's not gonna be very fast. Are you familiar with the Harry Potter controversy?
No, I'm not.
Terrence is not. So, HBO is redoing Harry Potter. It actually looks pretty damn good. Now,
I saw some of the screenshots.
Say what you want about the remake. Say what you want about the fact that they could have did a story a different way. I agree. But
Same.
damn it, we've been agreeing about that for a minute. But what we have seen from it, it looked pretty cool. Like the new Harry is like oh shit, okay, I can see how he would be a young Harry. The character Severus Snape that was famously portrayed by Alan Rickman.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. They recast him as black. Brother with dreads.
I see.
Right? That, of course, created a big windstorm of people feeling like, oh, hell no. He ain't Snape. Right? I get it. It's people, I get it, but no. Is it racism baked on top of that? Yes. Right? And there's two sides of the way people are looking at it.
Now, I want to ask you a real quick question because sometimes the discourse gets lost on me. Is the discourse from black people not liking the casting, or is the discourse from OG Harry fans wanting a more realistic recasting?
The bulk of it is OG Harry Potter fans that have an issue
With the fact
the
that
casting.
yeah.
And look, some of them are being racist, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I must say, in the reign of understanding like accurate portrayals, right? Even though it's fiction, even though a lot of people argue that Snape's character is more about the emotional side of him versus like how he looks. It's more about everything on the inside, his trauma, his obsession, right?
Yeah.
But like, I do understand that you can get that out of a black dude. I also think they should have got somebody for Snape to be Snape. They had bruh and they zipped up. I understand. And look, I'm happy for bruh. He got his role. He talked about how he had faced racism behind it, people saying whatever. But a lot of people do feel like you facing some racism because, first of all,
You knew what you were signing up for.
But yeah, you getting ready to take on a character like this that people beloved in this franchise. It'd be like if they redid Friday and Smokey
As a white boy.
is a white boy or somebody else that's not black. And people have an issue with that. And people go, look, Smokey was all about smoking weed. He could be played by anybody. Because that's what people are saying about Snape.
Yeah.
Snape is all about this. Why does he have to be white? Because, again, and this is the thing, it's always a back and forth conversation with us and whoever, right?
Yeah.
Because we, black folks, right? Because a lot of us came to his defense. Because, hey, motherfuckers, y'all recast yourselves as us in movies all the time. So, of course, we going to carry that into the room with us, right?
Okay.
And we bringing the realness. Y'all cast yourself as Jesus. Like, this is a fucking Harry, you know? That's how a lot of people are looking at it. But I'm not gonna lie. I understand both sides, man.
I'm on the side where I feel like y'all should keep the characters the same race that they were. I don't care. Like, if they do Kim Possible, a live movie, I don't think that they should put, like, a black chick in, and now Kim Possible, the movie, is black. Like, when we talked about Little Mermaid, a lot of times it's performative anyway. Y'all will put the Little Mermaid is black, but her love interest still white, family white, everything white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like you start realizing that if it's just gonna be the token insert, I really don't want it.
And you know what, T? I feel like that is the mark of, like you said, the nostalgia thing, but trying to be inclusive. Yeah. Because there is an argument you can make that Snape always was kind of an outsider, right? Him being black gives that outsider a little bit more weight to the story.
And then I want y'all to think about it with the Sonny brain. And the reason why I say that is because Sonny don't know race and history or anything like that. You know what she knows? Colors. And when I think about the kiddos, I think about the fact that, if Sonny was watching Harry Potter and she was a big fan, and then I say, look at this is the new movie, and she was a kid, she would go, why does he look like that? I would have a hard time explaining why the character that she has seen in the first 7 films, in the new film, he's black now. Look, what do I say? to a 6-year-old who says, why does Ariel right here look this way and Ariel right here look like me?
That's where we have the different conversation about the characters then. That's what we say.
That's when we say, look what you got to tell your kid, though.
Yeah.
What are you talking about to your kid that really makes sense to them?
But think about the opposite side of that conversation where now...
Answer the question.
You gotta tell them that it's a fake ass character, and guess what?
Oh shit!
I'm sorry,
I
6-year-old.
thought you was gonna say
the Little Mermaid ain't a real motherfucker we can go see.
No, but that don't answer their question. Their
So
question
this one was
is just
white.
like, why
they did the live action and decided to cast black. You know what I'm gonna tell them?
Look, why?
Representation. Crew can say that word. Representation.
But like,
and I would teach. That's the beginning of the conversation because it's the same thing with Snape, like you said. Some kids are gonna get to grow up with a black Snape. We grew up with our Snape. He happened to be white, and it was a legendary performance, and I get the weight behind it. But I do understand, like, a new generation will get something different that is a little bit more, and integrated and whatever, and may not be exactly like the same thing. But the problem is, y'all want to remake everything, not change the story, not inspired by, not in the vein of, we're doing Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone again.
We gonna do this.
And now, we're gonna have the same script. So you're gonna have a new character now. It is not in the same as when you recast and we know this is a remake, but at least he looked like bruh. Now y'all gonna try to have him and he gonna be doing Alan Rickman. You right. He's gonna have to say some of the same things Alan Rickman coveted in his performance, and he passed away not too long ago. People feel tender about that role. I just don't think it was smart.
I definitely 100% am against the recasting with different races. Like I said, I bring up the kids because I truly look at it like that. I've always said that I look at actors like paintbrushes sometimes, where sometimes I do feel like an actor's performance will be so grand that switching the race of a character does impact how we even see the character.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. If you were to make Superman black, it would change the way that I saw even that Superman. And is that necessary? Maybe. Like, does the new next generation, now they get a Superman and now he's black, and it doesn't matter because as long as he can pick up a heavy rock and kryptonite is his, I see how people say that the story being the bare bones is all that matters and that you could just interchange it for different things for inclusion. But I mean, if y'all really wanted inclusion, make Harry black. Making
But you see, I ain't gonna
Snape
go that far.
black just throws everything off because you showing us, okay, we tried to get Ron close. We tried to get Harry close. Oh, let's do side-by-side comparisons.
Yeah.
Y'all want to do that, but then you want to do what looks so obviously token. Oh, guess what? Regina George and Mean Girls is black now. Why? Why the most iconic piece of this, you change the color of that? Change her friend to black. Change this other person to black if you need to. But I feel like the issue with remakes, when we watch...
It's just that.
Put it like this. When we watch the Lion King remake, they don't say, hey, y'all, Rafiki not going to be this type of monkey. Now it's going to be a silverback gorilla. Hold on, wait. Make him the same. Like, we trying to still see
Especially
Rafiki
if
now.
you're doing a remake.
Because you're doing a remake.
Same script.
It's the same script. You better have a silverback saying, do you know who you are? Is this Jungle Book or Lion King?
Yeah, that is.
And guess what? You cannot tell somebody who grew up loving Harry Potter that this black dude with dreads, you gotta now see him as the new Snape. I can't look at it. I can't even see
I wouldn't be able to see it. Because if you did the opposite, and the regular character was bro right here with dreads, and you recast D from The Wire as Alan Rickman,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say hell no.
I can't do it. Or
I just
my
don't get
view
that.
is completely different. It'd be like if y'all cast.
And see, we wrapping this because we haven't even gotten to J. Cole.
You're right, and this is a good topic. Let's end this and we'll say this. We talk about remakes every week, y'all, because it is the culture. Believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Our culture is like 75% remake shit, and then that other 25% is the good. That's the Marty Supremes, the sinners.
Culture.
And I'm talking about the arts culture, yeah. Period.
The Marty everywhere.
The
It's
Marty
music.
Supremes, the everything is a lot exist in that 25%, but majority of this shit is the ocean. It's just water. It's just bullshit. we got to take advantage of what we have actually,
And you know what's
covered.
crazy? Our generation was the first generation. My parents used to always say, "Oh, that's a song from the 70s. That's a song from this. That's a song from that." Where our favorite artists were sampling stuff. But I feel like the generations that have come and where we are now, everybody just trying to sample everything. Everything is a callback to like an old creative wave. Even the fact that even making this Harry Potter movie, you know what I'm saying? Like, make a new story. Do a new wizard show. But we have to leech off of the success of the IP that's already exists. There's no new IPs. So, put your thoughts in the comments about that one, man. That joint was definitely, how you feel about the new Snape? You think it's cool? I mean, look, I think it's cool, whatever. I just understand.
We understand it.
We get it. All right. Time to talk about J. Cole again.
So we talk J. Cole again. Yeah. Man,
You want to start off? Because I know you probably got the most to say.
I don't have a lot to say, y'all. We've been talking about it all week. I feel like people have been seeing it all week. The first thing that I want to do is give a big shout out to Lost in Vegas, man. 2 guys that got Cole on their platform. I think the interview drops today. Oh, shit. The interview probably dropped already today. I got to go and check it out. But shout out to them, man. Definitely 2 guys that we respect since day one, since they started doing their shit. We respected them. Big shout out to, I think they started a podcast, if I'm not mistaken.
I know one of them has their own YouTube channel now.
Yeah. Shout out to them, man. Big supporters of the people who support us and people who do the same thing we do. That's the most major
part. For them because they played a super unbiased, just keeping it about the bars.
Yes.
Idea of throughout everything, and that's what it's been their identity, and they carry that through the beef. And I feel like they're being rewarded for that attention to detail. Finally,
yeah.
Dope for them. But
the reason why we bringing that up is because J. Cole's still on his interview tour. And I know we've talked about this maybe the last 3 weeks, but it seems like J. Cole is the culprit and reason why these topics continue to come up. And I feel like hopefully this might be one of the last ones that we have.
It won't be. It won't be, y'all. Y'all need to also just remember that what happened in 2024, there was so much inference. There was so much just shit that we don't even know is true or not, that the more info that comes out, the more we're taken back to those times. And guess what's about to happen? J. Cole's going on his run. Drake getting ready to put out his album where he's going to talk about it again. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to be right back in the same certain conversations because... And it's not even that people are rehashing old stuff more than we getting new info. Or hey, that was a lie. Oh, shit. Okay.
And let's focus on the new info that we just got. J. Cole says, when somebody asks me if I'm the best rapper, you ask me if I'm the best nigga out rapping right now? Nigga, no. It's a nigga named Black Thought. It's a nigga named Lupe Fiasco. Terrell, I'm going to pause right here. You would have told me before this weekend that Black Thought and Lupe Fiasco were better rappers right now than J. Cole. No.
I wouldn't have told you that.
And
I would have loved to hear the Black Thought Lupe Cole track and watch my nigga keep up.
And watch my nigga
do
coming
his thing.
off of the fall off, J. Cole, this is the one time in your career where you can actually move around like the nigga you have been acting like or putting on the cape like you are. This the one time you could have been moving around that way. You just went number 1. You got every reason to feel like you the best in the game. You just put out one of the best rapping performances of the year. Nobody might not match you. Your rollout is great. I just feel like it's less about me being impressed that I was right, and more so I just wonder why. Why for years act like you the GOAT? And look, my question is the same. I used to ask you when we were listening to the nigga music. I used to be like, why so much talk about the GOAT and being the best? Oh, that's just confidence. J. Cole fans told me that I was hating. And I feel like you, Terrell, being the number 1 J. Cole fan, you the one who need to do more talking than me. Y'all know how I feel. I feel like J. Cole saying, oh, that's just a cape that I put on. Yeah, this is literally doomsday for J. Cole fans. This is literally like the apology all over again because y'all look dumb as shit now acting like it was wrestling. Oh, come on, guys. Every rapper has said they were the best. Okay, and what the fuck were y'all saying when he said he was the best? Because we would say, no, you ain't. It's two other ones that's clearly before you. When y'all said, oh, come on, y'all hating on Cole. Cole the best. He gonna show y'all. What did he show us? Nothing.
I feel like the bad thing is that he does show. And I think the thing that is the most frustrating about this whole interview run, I wrote down on my paper, I put J. Cole's interview run was the second worst thing he's done in his career. This is the second. The apology being number one, and then this string of interviews has done more damage to your career than any other move that you made that might have been bad. You know what I'm saying? In your career. This one. Like, because you're unwriting things that you already wrote and that you continue to write. And you putting your fans in a compromised position because we herald you in a way because of what you actually do. This is not just your man is talking shit like he's the best, but he's not. You know? To us. You know what I'm saying? We look at J. Cole like he's out rapping everybody. Like nobody in the game right now can say rap better than him right now. Like body of work, put your latest body of work up against mine. Who is out rapping me? I'm pleased to report at the many attempts. If I gotta, like, everybody gonna say Kendrick, right? I would agree with you. But I would say, hey, look, that last J. Cole performance, Kendrick had his fun on GNX. He had a few deep cuts, right? But J. Cole just gave us, like, what he feels like is his best. I feel like right now he's untouchable. But guess what?
I feel like J. Cole is the best nigga rhyming.
Okay, all right, bet. Okay, bet. We'll take that.
He's the best nigga
rhyming. As a
rhyming.
fan of the nigga, though, you know we think like, hey, if Terrence can say that, that's big. That show you where he's looked at, right?
The being the best nigga.
When he goes and do these interviews, though, T, it's like we look at him a different way than he look at himself. And he unwrites a lot of what we think. Like we talking about how he's the greatest, whatever. Then he get in an interview and say this. It feels like I'm just called back to all of the lyrics that you talk about being on the top. That
Same.
I have thrown at Terrence. I think about how you starting to come off, and you know what's crazy? Like, I fuck with the nigga so much.
I fuck with him too, low key.
I fuck with the nigga so much that I low key just want you to stop doing this part. Hey, because I feel like you the type nigga that one thing we learned about J. Cole is he kind of is an overthinker, verbose talker. You know, where you gonna say a whole lot. And you might not admit, and he said it about himself in an interview. He said hella times he'll look back and be like, damn, I should have said this different. Yeah. I feel like you can relate to that. We both be doing this sometimes on the pod, whatever. But man, I just feel like you don't get on the joint and say that. You don't get, even if you believe that it's another nigga named Black Thought, whatever, right? Let's play, we bring up the Wayne joint and people say, oh, but Wayne was talking about Jay. Wayne had the interlude where he was like, yo, I'm the best. I don't give a fuck. That's just how I feel. I feel like, yeah. That's how you should be.
And I don't think that there's nothing wrong with saying that your peers are talented. It's just J. Cole's timing. They asking you to finally say that you think you the best, basically. It's time for you to finally stand on that. You already know what you have done. We know that you fuck with Kendrick and Drake. Oh my God, we get it. Like saying, oh, it's a nigga named Black Thought, Lupe. Then saying, hell, even my peers, Kendrick, Drake, they can give me 80. But I know I can give them 80. Why are you even bringing up your competition? You know why? Because you know that they better. Because I hate to say this. You know that they are ranked over you. That's why you can't even talk about being the GOAT. If you talk about being the GOAT with Kendrick and Drake, which one of them are going to say, hey, it's me, Cole, and they not going to bring you up. No, so I don't know why you continue to bring.
That's not true.
These other people up. When they're asking about, when, like, I've always said that when they ask you about your competition, what you gonna say? I don't even look at them niggas as my competition. We all brothers. Okay, so like, my question to you, J. Cole, is the song that you got on your album, where you talking about how your man, y'all really know, I know what you used to do in school. What was the song where?
The Punk Bitch joint.
Is that the song? In school, you was really a bitch, but now you acting like this for attention. What's the difference between what you're doing and that? That song is low-key about you. Like, you are literally the nigga that's just like the nigga in high school acting like you gonna kill a rapper. And we've all been like, nigga, we actually have seen that you're not that.
But
You
the bad
talk about the
thing-
persona
but T,
this nigga put on after school, but what about the persona you putting on?
The frustrating thing about it is that we can make a case that he has earned the right to talk how we would want him to talk. But it's like we get in the room and make the case for J. Cole, and we have crazy bars, crazy material to use as example. Then he himself kind of comes out and unwrite shit. Just to keep the shit going, T. He not only, the punk bitch shit, him coming out and saying, I wasn't even talking about one nigga, that was about a bunch of niggas. Oh, I hated that. Man, I was so loving the fact that he did that about bruh, whoever that was. You just changed how I listen to this song now. Because now,
It's too much.
It's another For the Field record. And you even said on the pod when they asked you what you thought about beef, about what Jay said about the beef. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say about that. Right? So I feel like in that same vein, I like the fact that this was an intentional piece and not I was talking about everybody piece. Because if we would have known that you was just talking about everybody, we wouldn't have received it that way. But I didn't like that. Let's get to the first person shooter thing, T.
Yes.
J. Cole said that first person shooter was supposed to be Kendrick and Drake. Some shit went down.
I think that is actually
Boy
crazy.
Wonder was hitting Drake. I guess Kendrick was taking forever, whatever, because y'all know Kendrick was not giving Drake that feature. But that kind of rehashed the story of how the beef started, whatever. I went viral for saying that I thought that the Kendrick, I understand kind of why Kendrick popped out at y'all at like that.
Oh yeah, say what you said on the TL.
And what people were trying to make it seem like what I was saying was, why would he be mad and do that? Why would he be mad and do this, right? Or Drake asked him for a feature, so you get mad and go whatever. I feel like in the same way, y'all, that I have always alluded to Drake and JayZ having very real tension, but still working together. We getting features. I feel like Drake was trying to play that same game with Kendrick, but Kendrick wasn't game. I feel like they were trying to play the same. You gonna diss me? I've been dissing you, but we about to do
We're gonna get on a track.
together. And it would have been a crazy clash, right? And there's a piece of me that feel like, damn, nigga, you hated the nigga so much, you had to ruin this crazy moment that was about to be hit. But
I'll say, let me say this real quick. Oh no, because I'm cutting you off. Go.
Well, no, all I was gonna say is that
because you were giving your point about why you went viral.
I feel like the tension that Drake had with Kendrick, the way Drake was looking at it was like, we could still do a feature. The same way I still had Jay on my album, but we had real tension. Even after Apple, you're on my album.
Yeah.
CLB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Drake thought he could carry that the same way with Kendrick. I didn't look at it like he was begging Kendrick for a feature because he didn't need it. At that time, he didn't need it. But I don't think Kendrick was game for it. And then you get J. Cole, and J. Cole gets on the record, and this brings us back to you, J. Cole. Listen to how J. Cole rapped on that song, bro. It sound like you taking shots. These niggas be hungry to put me in beef or something. I'm sick in my
dissecting the lyrics.
Yeah,
I'm seeing the tweets and sucking my teeth.
Just know if I dish you, you gon' know it's me. Like, or call it ID. Like, then you got the nerve to say, is it K-Dot? Is it Aubrey or me? I feel like I'm Muhammad Ali. I thought, and this is why niggas, I guess, people are trying to paint Kendrick like a certain way, right? And I do think Kendrick has a slime ball for some of this, right? But what do you think? I kind of get Kendrick hearing that after Drake, you know he got tension. You tried to give me this feature.
Because this is my thing. J. Cole did not ever see that he was being played.
I feel like that.
I told Terrell this. When Drake had J. Cole on stage and he was like, let me tell you something. You one of the best MCs to ever do this shit. I told Terrell, this is like when two kings walk into a room. If I go like this and let you go before me, I just sunned you.
Yeah, I remember
Two kings will do this. Go ahead. No, you go. No, you go. No, you go.
Everybody in this motherfucker gonna go before. Yeah.
You gonna go because, no, I'll help you up. No, I help you. Because guess what? The order of that, it's almost like if you pay you pay for a nigga food. Why you pay for me? You try to sun me. I told Terrell, the whole Drake Cole tour, this nigga Drake is light years above Cole in that moment. Yes, Cole was on the way, but like Drake had the world on fire, and I feel like he was in such a comfortable position that, oh yeah, I can do a feature with Cole, but I'm still over him. You know?
And he know it's gonna get under.
He know, yeah.
And that's what, like,
and
lot
look,
of people.
I can also take the credit for this. And I feel like, just to jump back to what you were saying about K-Dot, I feel like Drake got that comfortability with Cole and low-key tried to do the same thing with Dot. Because look, we could be cool, bro. Nah, fuck you, because right now, the world looking at you like you over me, and you've been shooting, and right now you up, it's easy for you to try to get me on a feature. Nah, the only way to cut the head off of this snake is for me to sever it. That's what Kendrick did.
Yeah. And I feel like first person shooter going to J. Cole, if it's true what J. Cole is saying, and it was sent to Kendrick first, right? And some people say that Kendrick agreed to do it and then said he wouldn't or whatever. However that went down, right? If you're Drake and you take that to J. Cole, I can see how people would feel like Cole was this nigga played you against bruh. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme, these niggas didn't like each other. He sent this song to bruh first. Bruh said no, so he said, fuck you, I'm about to go get with the other guy. We about to act like we the two goats. You on the song with me talking about the two goat shit. So now Kendrick is pissed. That's why I feel like when Kendrick said, did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending. A lot of people feel like, how did he do Cole foul? He looked out for him. Because he did look out for him. He gave that nigga a #1 record. If you want to say I use you as a pawn or whatever, you can say that. But nigga, you got #1 out of this that you didn't have before. But that don't change the fact that you still, if I'm Kendrick, I'm looking at Cole like, you don't even realize that this nigga is basically don't even give a fuck about you for real. He just using you.
He just using you.
The nigga Cole who's just sleeping with it that ain't me.
Look, did Cole foul? I don't know why you still pretending.
That's
because like I said, Drake knew exactly what the fuck he was doing with J. Cole. He was using that nigga.
We said it back when he was on stage. We didn't like the fact that Drake was like, yo, you the best nigga ever because, again,
it's sunny.
It's like getting sunny. It's like the nigga saying, hey, yo, you a good...
But Terrell, but imagine a nigga knowing J. Cole more than we do. Like people say, y'all don't realize that these people actually know J. Cole. Well, what if they actually knew what y'all are now finding out? What if they knew all along? You know what I mean? What if the Cole apology wasn't really that shocking to Drake and Dot? What if they would... I always told Terrell that it always felt like it was between Drake and Dot and Cole was just kind of there anyway. I feel like even Cole has always...
We didn't feel like that as his fans.
Y'all did not feel like that.
And as you can see, like that was more about J. Cole than we realized.
Right.
Niggas, because if you go back to March, it was like, we went viral. Again, I swear every time we post a reaction to
like that joint,
it goes viral on TikTok. But our first response was, okay, niggas gotta rap. For all your dogs getting buried. Oh shit. Like, we didn't realize though how much of that was aimed at Cole too. And I said it from the beginning. Because people was like, how is this about Cole? Because people are trying to make it about Cole. No. Now that the info that we have, you can kind of see that it's a little bit more married than we thought, that's all. You know?
I don't care. I feel like it's time for him to prove that he's a problem. It's about the one nigga that's never proved that he was a problem. And that's
I
Cole.
agree.
I
agree. I don't think that's about Drake at all. Drake has proved that he will squabble in a rap.
You have pre-made records, K-Dot. You know he a problem because you preparing for it.
Right.
You like Cersei with them big-ass dragon joints. Oh, you can take down a dragon, yeah, but you also are fearful of them because look what you gotta do.
Exactly.
You ain't gonna pull them joints out if we get, the Iron Blood boys to come up there.
You won't even come outside.
Joey Badass, you ain't even gonna come outside.
Right. I do feel like when he said,
he wanted Cole to prove that he's a problem, and guess what? Cole low-key did. I don't care what nobody says. People don't like what Cole said. I mean, people be like, Cole put out a trash diss record. I disagree with that. I think his diss record was on the terms of a charged up where, like he said, this is just a warning shot to back niggas down, back from the town. Yo, that was a great response. Like, I don't want to kill you because you know I'm J. Cole.
Did you see what he said about it too? What he said, I want to do just enough to let you know. Like,
I feel like he did it.
I feel like he did it.
I
feel like since it didn't have anything vicious in it, the TL that's always looking for blood, they were like, that was weak because he didn't say anything super crazy.
And remember this, we were all being introduced to what we now know is one of the worst relentless fan bases of all time, they coming out party was last year, Terrell. Kendrick fans have been one thing. That 2024 realization was like, yo, these motherfuckers are on 10. They even had to back themselves down. Like we were in the mix of shit. Remember, you would say, yo, I feel like you say some shit about an old Drake. Even my nigga Sound, C, everybody was falling in the mix of just like, hold on, wait, I'm not even talking about.
I mean, yeah.
So I think
Kendrick fans went crazy.
Kendrick fans went at J. Cole saying that Kendrick's work was weak.
Fans went crazy, and J. Cole fans have had nothing but abuse and suffrage. Drake fans crazy as hell. Kendrick fans crazy as hell. I just respect the way Kendrick went about it. Getting back to the Cole thing, I just reminded that Kendrick was like Cole and Narby know, I'm a selfish nigga. The crown is heavy. I pray they my real friends. If not, I'm YNW Melly. That's how you go about these niggas, man. And Drizzy does the same thing. I love Drizzy on Survival. I don't know if it's Survival. I always get my intros mixed up, but I love when he say, the crown is broken in pieces, but it's more my possession. I like that talking. Guess who talk like that? J. Cole. But you get these interviews,
and this is the whole shit. Drake and Kendrick are not saying shit about J. Cole in an interview, or Lupe Fiasco, or anybody else. When somebody asks them, do they think they the greatest doing it? Yes, I do. The numbers don't lie. If I'm Drake, numbers don't lie. If I'm Kendrick, I'm the culture's favorite. Look what I just did. I can speak with my action. Cole, the only one that still have to remind us that he's a good MC. And at a certain point, so is JID. So is Joey. There's a lot of good MCs. What make you the GOAT is not just being a nigga that can rap. And I feel like a lot of J. Cole fans, because Cole came out with Drake and K-Dot, I think they kept bruh a part of the conversation for so long because of his ability. And I feel like this week, a lot of y'all found out that Cole is exactly what a lot of people thought that he was, which is just a humble guy, being confident.
Yeah.
That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, people be like, oh, what's wrong with that? Nothing. Y'all acted like he was something else.
Yeah. That's the part that, even as a J. Cole fan, I'm watching people try to, like, change shit. And I'm like, y'all, no. I'm sorry. This is another one of those things where, as a fan of him, I love him. I will forever support him. But, like, I just don't feel like this run, I feel like, and you know what? The album's already a success. You ain't gonna hurt him none.
You got dub.
But I mean, I hurt him none because look at this. Like, it's just more self-inflicted harm, bro. You know? And man, it is what it is. I'm always love J. Cole. I told Terrence, I feel like J. Cole is the one nigga out of, you think about the big three. I feel like J. Cole is the one nigga you actually can like believe what he's saying because you feel like he's saying it from a sincere place as himself. You go about Jermaine Cole, you always been you feel like the most down-to-earth person, but this is just the one part that I just will never understand. Because you have all of the talent to, like, talk the shit. It's not even that, like, bro, stop saying you the best. They've already beat your ass 1,000 times. You just stop getting up. Like, you obviously need to work more so you can be the best. On some Creed 2, this nigga son whipped your ass, you got to go back with Rocky.
You got to go back to the gym and get
the
back.
Best again. But I feel like J. Cole is like, if you the best, and just before we can have real conversations and really kick niggas' head in on the TL in your defense, you do something else to make your fans have to just say, damn, the nigga did this.
You can't talk like Floyd on a record, but then not talk like Floyd in an interview. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing.
Floyd gonna say, I'm money made, I'm the best, it's TBE, I got the TBE hat on. Can you imagine Floyd in an interview saying, yeah, that's just the persona that I carry in a ring to sell ticks. But, you know, I think, you know, if you ask me who the greatest fighters are, I don't even know if I can say myself because you got a nigga like Pacquiao that it would be like, nigga, you been pushing TBE.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Hey, look, it makes sense to me.
That's it.
I don't know.
That's it.
I mean, I feel like I don't
want to believe it.
Some of the J. Cole fans don't like the talk because they don't like this type talk because
you don't like the
just
truth.
Be cool with the.
You don't like the truth. I like love yours too. It doesn't change. I feel like y'all don't like the truth of what you have to face. The shit you talk that now you can't talk no more. Shit that some of y'all have said to me that now you know you look dumb as hell. You hope I don't go back and find it. I should go back and find y'all tweets.
Some of y'all sent a lot and went viral on me. I should spin a block. Now let's talk about something else. Kanye's Bully album. Now this is what I say about Kanye album, right? And damn, put your thoughts about the J. Cole situation. Damn. But
Let's
Kanye
be quick
Bully.
on Kanye Bully. We
gonna
gotta
be
get
quick.
to Jay.
Yeah. Well, Kanye Bully, as a person who edited the video again, because at this point we're recording, y'all, it's Monday. We had the joint ain't even really out yet.
It's not out yet.
You got another listen to the album.
Yeah.
I hated it, y'all. I thought it was the most I could have done without it project.
Y'all know how Terrell looks at Kanye
Y'all know
albums.
how, but I feel like Kanye is much better than that project he put out. I feel like
I agree.
even just from a subject matter standpoint, it's like we're listening to like the sounds are cool, but like you're not really saying nothing from track to track. You saying some of the same stuff, kinda. It just didn't really feel like we walked away with anything. That's why people were saying it was soulless, or if people were saying it felt like boneless Kanye.
It's almost like when you Denny Villeneuve and you've done Prisoners, and then you went and you go do Dune. When you come back and do the smaller film, people are just so, we have gotten so example. Major.
Denny doesn't have, like we talked about with not from Kids See Ghosts, but we talked about how we got to a point where Kanye have just been in this same.
Well, that's basically what I'm saying.
Denny,
like,
Denny ain't a good example.
I'm only talking about Denny's grandness now versus to where if he were to put out something that was smaller, you would see people criticizing the fact simply that it wasn't big like his others.
Do you feel like
or
this
like
was
say
smaller?
like
I didn't feel like it was smaller more than I just didn't think it was good.
No.
What did you think on your re-listen though?
Well, that's basically what I mean, y'all. I feel like a lot of people have a take like Terrell's when it comes to Kanye's album because every other release was so much more major. Every single one, even Vultures. Like, every other release was so much more major. We didn't even know Kanye was going to drop this joint.
We didn't know Vultures was coming out when it came out. It's the classic Kanye,
No,
but Vultures had fuck some on it.
Vultures had the streets hottest youngin' that didn't even put his project out yet. That's why I'm saying, and also look what he's saying on that joint. Now I'm Bill Cosby, bitch. Now I'm P. Diddy rich.
But this is the thing. You can't.
All I'm saying
on
is,
the new project, I felt like we didn't get growth from Kanye.
I'm literally just basically trying to say Kanye's new project didn't have the spice, I feel like, because, bruh, you really are trying to kind of get your feet back in there. You got records on the joint that I ended up liking where you are more, you're more openly talking about how you messed up, like highs and lows. That I know I put you through a lot. I know. Yo, as a Kanye fan, it's like there's nothing you can get on a track and say that will dispel everything that you said off the track that have made people turn away from you. So I feel like he tried to make enjoyable music in the same vein. Some people are choosing to enjoy it. Some people just don't feel the soul in it. Me listening for a second time, there are some songs that I absolutely love, like Highs and Lows, Preacher Man, Bully. There's songs on that album that I love. Even we were listening to with Terrell, y'all will see in the reaction where I'm like, I think it's fire. Hey, I'm not gonna give it too much.
It felt like watching y'all normally be fed like bread. And now y'all are getting excited.
Terrell, you have not watched us get bread. You didn't like.
Donda was like, oh my God, this is like, y'all have waited so long for this album, and it finally is here, and damn, Donda it's so good. Think about it, we was like on record 9, like, oh shit, this joint is fire. It felt like watching Kanye fans be so hopeful that the album would come out. Then it came out, and then immediately it's like, everybody was so hopeful that the project would be good that the little breadcrumbs of Kanye that are there, like a song like you said, like them songs, they don't compare to like All the Lights.
That's true.
Or like any of your songs that we feel like, took real effort. These joints feel like little snappy cuts from.
I feel like a lot of it was AI. That's just my hot take. Kanye purposely came out and said no AI, which makes me think even more that it has some AI.
We listened to a little bit of it that sounded weird, and it could have been a weird mix, whatever, but I also feel like he cooked himself a little bit, T, with his own reputation, with his albums coming out and always playing the patch notes game where I'm gonna put my album out and then hold up, y'all. It's about to be updated. You know what I'm saying? Or,
Yeah.
Where you
He's
kind of
definitely-
built the unreliability and what to expect.
Even in the album, you can hear him talk about, you know, the levels of, he talking about how he trying to keep his mouth shut so he don't lose his audience. I felt like there's certain pieces of the album, y'all, that do have some honesty. This is what I'll say. I don't think he's the same guy. I think that we getting ready to talk about another old guy. It's a young man's game. And as much as I want Kanye to sound like I even play Gotta Have It in the reaction, I'm like, listen to this. He is in a different place in his life. So I definitely feel like a lot of us get hung up on the old Kanye versus the new Kanye, what we getting. Plus, we got all the bullshit that he done said out of his mouth that we battle with. End of the day, music is going to keep us all around. Kanye, we not talking about me still being a devoted fan. I'm saying you get the listen from me because I'm not taking what you said so serious. But look, the listen was cool, but it doesn't mean like, oh yeah, now everything is back.
We back
I
with
think
Ye.
people are definitely going to give you a chance, but he still has to deliver with the art in order for, you know.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you start talking crazy again, I might dip off from your ass again too, whether you're making good music or not.
Nah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I think in the music though, he knows that. If you listen to the music,
If you
he
listen-
knows that. He knows like, yo, you about to lose everything, fan wise. And him and JayZ,
How
these older guys are showing they really do not want to lose the culture.
Let's move forward to Jay.
Yeah.
JayZ did a string of interviews that dropped literally after the pod dropped. And we was like, God damn it. We just talked about this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he low-key went out there, and I was afraid that he was going to go and answer some questions that I already asked. That will sometimes happen to you. You'll be like, what the fuck is
Where
going
the
on
fuck
with
is
such and
Pat
such?
Mahomes? He haven't thrown a football. As soon as your shit dropped, Pat
Soon as
Mahomes is throwing a football.
Exactly. And everybody's like, he did it.
You're a fucking stupid
Idiot.
ass. Look.
Right? So I'm like, oh shit, Jay about to go ahead and clean up everything I said about him. No, Jay, this is the first time, y'all, that I feel like JayZ, this is the first time. First that you tried to like run to the culture in the midst of shit and it did not go your way like it
did not.
normally does.
did
Normally
not.
you can count on black folks and your rap, the hip hop community, when you tap back in and start talking for people to agree with you. But like a lot of what he was saying, a lot of the conversation he had, it rubbed people the wrong way. I don't know where you want to start, but
We'll start with one of the biggest things that he said, and we can just piggyback. He says that he doesn't see battle rap having a place in hip hop anymore. I, like all of you, or maybe like many of you, I would say, I was conflicted with that. Conflicted with that because of one, your position in even creating beef in hip hop, with you being a part, you one of the biggest, you know, and then you still are a part of even the beef now. I don't see how, and y'all get it, y'all heard everybody say it. I don't see how you put Kendrick Lamar on the Super Bowl stage and you're allowing him to do Not Like Us. Now let's say he let Kendrick go on the stage, but he said, hey, don't do Not Like Us. Imagine he said, I don't think beef should be in hip hop. Kendrick wanted to get on stage and do Not Like Us. I told him no.
yeah, that's different.
That would have made us understand and respect what you said. You saying that, oh, I don't think that, you know. And then you bringing up the Busby thing saying, I don't think that that's something you should put on somebody's jacket, especially if it's not true, if you don't have proof. So how do you bring that in? But then in the same conversation, you're talking about how you don't think rap beef should be a part of hip hop, but you put rap beef on the Super Bowl stage, Jay?
You know why? Because of the result. Because before, you gave Kendrick the Super Bowl stage solely because of his performance in the beef and the pop out. Euphoria dropped. You know all of the songs that Kendrick put out
Yeah.
throughout the beef. Not Like Us, right? Was a smash. Pop out. You got the Super Bowl after that. You can't even say you didn't even really fuck with the beef shit. Y'all whole first Super Bowl commercial was what, T? You know what they say about whatever? No round twos.
Like, come
We're
on.
alluding. That's not.
We're selling the beef.
That was a point because Drake was
Right.
doing something, and then it was like, damn, fuck out of here. He got Super Bowl on you. It was like people was finally starting to like have the conversation again about like the two. Then it was like, damn, Kendrick going crazy on this nigga again because he about to do it on the Super Bowl shit.
He about to go and do it again on the
Everybody
Super
knew
Bowl.
what everybody knew the deal was. That's why like JayZ trying to
Arguably,
play
Kendrick doesn't get the Super Bowl without the pop out, right?
without the. Well, this is the thing.
Because I felt like
He said he chose a guy that was having a monster year. He was having a monster year because of the beef. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So this just all going back to JayZ not really necessarily, I would say, keeping it 100 in people's eyes, the culture's eyes, where people are like, first of all, we know you have tension with Drake. Let's just stop it there. Second of all, like,
hate that he wasn't asked about it for real.
Because, well, yeah, a lot of people had an issue with first of all, that dude that has been putting in hella work, and I hate that people started disrespecting him because he has been putting in hella work. No disrespect to him.
And that's why I say it was never disrespect to him or even in Nadeska, but everybody do understand the type of journalist that you are.
And you got to see that when J. Cole went to Cameron, when he went to
7 p.m. in Brooklyn.
Yeah. That's where they asked the real questions that created more of a fire.
Yes.
You know? And I feel like with Jay, just on the beef thing, I feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like that was the most, damn, Jay not keeping it 100 with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And normally, like, even his Breakfast Club interviews, the drink he did with Elliot and B-Dot, it's like, you normally don't feel that way. But this way felt like, yeah, no, Jay. The capitalism thing. No.
Just real quick before we leave that. The rap beef shit rubbed me the wrong way because I feel like there has been so many rap beefs that if you really felt like that, like, I feel like your responses, oh wow, this is old. Your response to some of the other beefs would have been different. Like, I feel like, we've never gotten pushback from JayZ on the rap beef and how it's gotten messy. Pusha T, or you are having a child. Like, Jay, you don't give a fuck for real. We know you don't give a fuck. Yeah. Like, you are Mr. Who cares? That's why it's like I thought that you was going to stand on a 10 and say, oh, I put Kendrick on a Super Bowl stage because he was having a fire year. And look, if it was on the back of another nigga, that's hip hop. I had a big year after my beef.
But it's the result. The fact that Drake is still...
It's the result. Yeah, you're right. I'm not saying I don't know the result. I'm just saying that's why we looking at you funny because we know. But like you said, what seems like for the first time ever that Jay's on BS.
Yeah. And I feel like it was the first time. Look, it's not even just that. There's that part of it. There's there's also the capitalism part of it where that was your
999,000, then I'm good.
It was 999 million.
My bad,
And it's like, Jay, no. Like, I don't even really need to harp on it, y'all. I'll just say, because y'all have seen all of the interviews and stuff about Jay and his interviews. I feel like now it's more important than ever that he has his Roots Picnic and he feels the love from his OG fans and people that love him. And I think it's more important than ever that he does them shows at the Yankee Stadium. Because now you are in a little bit of like, okay, you need some love. You need people to show you some love. The same way y'all saw Drizzy go out and do the Anita Max win, go over there and get a bunch of love, and was that Australia, whatever, after the beef, like had to take a break from the U.S. I feel like Jay now, just like we said before, I said before, this seemed like a little bit more of like a you need, clean your name up type shit. That didn't help. And it didn't help that you didn't address a lot of shit people wanted him to address.
And that's my thing. It felt like, I agree with the people that say they felt like JayZ wanted to get out there and tell us what he wanted to tell us. Like, even when the dude said, what do you think about rap beef or whatever? He said, I'm going to say an answer that you don't like. It just all felt like pre-thought of, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I do feel like, JayZ is somebody whose voice is so polarizing that seeing him be so what seemingly looked to be safe in an interview, it just felt like you should have just put a video up and said, yo, let me say this real quick, instead of this fake-ass interview. Yeah. Where it's like, I'm not going to say fake-ass interview, but it felt like JayZ wanted to say, I'm fucking JayZ. That part where he was like, come on, I'm fucking JayZ. That's the one part where, y'all know me, I'm like, oh, okay, that's showing it.
That's the whole
shit right there. That's what you wanted to remind us. That you're fucking JayZ, don't you fucking forget. Why would I be in the middle of this beef? Nigga, why? Let's go and look at,
Yeah.
And I feel like because he knew he didn't have that challenge is why you can so confidently just get out there and say that. It's like, okay, Jay, you say that, but what would you say to somebody? You know how Charlemagne in them early Breakfast Club days would be like,
what would you say about people that say this?
He gonna ask you the tough question.
And that's exactly what, and you know what? If Jay do another interview, whoever interviews him will feel compelled to not give another interview like what we already got from bruh, which is good. We got Jay talking, you did it.
Yeah.
No disrespect to other bruh, but the next interviewers are gonna push that. They're gonna push to the edge a little bit more to try and see if they can get something different than the same what he wanted to be.
One thing I will say on the heels of it is definitely dope to see Jay. You know, A-Train has not followed all of the chaos, all the stuff we be seeing about Jay, all the backdoor stuff. You know, don't be seeing none of that. And she is a Jay fan. She one of those Jay fans that like, oh, Roots Picnic, like, oh, this is a big deal, and don't see none of the bullshit. And one thing that I will say you get from her is you are reminded that JayZ is an OG. We are getting the JayZ for the first time in so many years to celebrate music that we do love. The hardest part is the fact of it being like this. Yeah. And I was saying, like, it really feels like Kendrick made a song called Watch the Party Die, and it just seems like ever since then, holy shit, like, we looking at JayZ take L's we never seen before. We looking at
Wayne end up taking
Wayne and our greats taking L's, y'all. And, like, it's just a different time. It's a different time, and, like, I don't really know what to think going forward.
Drake took an L with the lawsuit. J. Cole just took an L.
Yeah, man. It's just so much muddy
JayZ
bullshit. Diddy Doc, like
Diddy
the whole
Doc.
shit.
I feel like Kendrick also, too, when you look back at this, as more comes out, you starting to see more and more people turn on Kendrick, right? Or feel like, because think about it. Some people that don't have no stake in this shit will say, damn, nigga, did you hate this nigga so much that we couldn't get that fire-ass song y'all was getting ready to do?
Yeah.
Because the fan in niggas be a little bit more than sometimes the
Like,
stand of
we
certain
wanted the
niggas.
black hippie shit.
As a fan of just
Black hippie.
Well, look, as a fan...
Not black hippie. What's the joint that him and Cole did?
The Black
Friday
joint.
sorry.
People wanted a mixtape after that. But I feel like the fan that I am, like you said, the person that appreciated stuff like that, you do kind of feel like, damn.
Yeah,
really
like,
on
come
some
on. You was
hater
on some
shit.
hater shit.
And you did it. But damn, what could have been?
But then I also think, bro, he had to do that to keep Drake.
But honestly,
Drake had the crown, and low key, I don't think that Kendrick was going to be able to sway without.
But you didn't, low key, it didn't work. That's the thing about with Jay. This nigga is still...
That's true. You could
at the very
you could
top.
say that he's still at the top numbers wise, but bro, you also know he did irreputable damage.
But
And guess
then
what? The
again, he did
culture would never say.
Right.
So low key,
But how long will you be
you
served
won
this
the
way?
battle, Kendrick, but you didn't win the war. Could you say that? Kendrick won the battle, but it's looking like Drake is
Remains to
headed
be
towards,
seen with Iceman, though.
If you still at the end of these two wars, at the end of this battle, you still got 2 dragons and most of your troops. Y'all can take a battle loss, but if he stacked up like that, still got 2 dragons.
But see, think about this. It really all comes down to how Iceman does and how
Right.
Iceman is received. Because if Drizzy put out a rap dud, then you can say Kendrick wins the war. You put him right back up top, him and J. Cole, and Drake would drop down, right? Now, if Drake go out here and do a good album that some people love and some people don't love, but that motherfucker do 600K first week,
Right.
then it's like, what did we really accomplish, man? You could have just did it, brother. Even though we got great music from it, right? We can never take back Euphoria, Family Matters, like, you know. But
And for my Game of Thrones fans out there, I feel like Drake has the opportunity to be. I mean, Drake right now is like Cersei, but I feel like you're gonna have to put a album out to stop Danny splitting your city. Because remember how confident Cersei was. Oh, I got all of this defense. She ain't gonna be able to do
analogies. Shit. You loving game? You rewatching?
No, but I'm trying to get A-Train to watch it. All I'm saying is you could think shit is straight until it's not. Shit could still go left for Drake. Iceman coming out and being bad will be bad. But if Iceman is good, then he's Danny splitting through the whole.
But that's the thing, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it comes right back to the whole like.
Yeah.
But man, we over, man. We over.
Put your thoughts in the comments.
Comments, y'all. We getting back to some original fun shit next week. It was just so much to cover this week.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
You
Definitely
know?
got original fun shit on the docket. It's just so much shit to cover. One thing I will say, y'all always leave y'all with a last minute joint. Shout out my Sunny B. She's getting so old and so tall. She comes to my hip, y'all. Do y'all know I'm 6'2", 6'3", for real. She comes to my hip almost.
You know, they say 2-year-olds are half their height that they will be in their life. So if you do that,
Oh, then stand her on top of her.
yeah.
Wow, yeah, she gonna be a big girl then. She gonna be a big girl.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all, I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, cause this is just a real thing. Sometimes a nigga stop smoking weed, and then you know what he come out and say? Damn, I want a J. You know what everybody does? I thought you stopped. And you know what you gotta say? I did stop, but you know, right now I want a J. But I won't do it. And they say, okay, y'all, I ain't gonna lie. Baseball came back. I miss the sports betting.
You miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go back to it, but opening day baseball, shout out my Nationals. We went out there and beat the Cubs, who's a good baseball team. We beat them in a 3-game series to start the year. I said, damn, I wish I had some parlays, but I know I'd be losing money, so fuck it. I just wish I was watching them games, man.
We're getting spanked by the Twins right now.
And the last thing I'm gonna say, shout out to all of the crazy college basketball that has happened, both women and men. That Duke UConn game, my father called me and said, "Are you watching?" I was like, "What? Missed that." That was crazy.
March Madness was a crazy weekend for March Madness.
I watched a lot of women's basketball. I watched UCLA. I watched that Notre Dame and UConn game. Ozzie Fudd versus man.
Man, I'm glad you said that.
Versus
it was a big
Hannah.
deal for a lot of people this year. It was.
It was definitely fun, man. I wish we had more of a sports, whatever. Terrell not tapped in for this shit.
Paradise finale just came out.
See, he'd rather watch Sterling K. Brown.
Come back, I watch football, bro. I'm just not, I'm not tapped into college basketball.
We listened to that JayZ joint. Why y'all trip? And I said, you know what? Next year, me and Terrell don't give a fuck what he say. We gonna bring that shit back.
Terrence is just saying that.
I'm just fine. 12:45.
We ain't doing it.
You're such a puss.
I ain't trying to pay JayZ in them.
Go look at them old pods. You not paying them.
Say, oh, you paying one way or another?
Oh, you paying on Spotify, you are.
Oh, it ain't even there. But look, y'all.
Big shout out to everybody that's tapped in with the realest 9, man. And shout out to you for watching on YouTube. If this your first time watching us and you made it this far, you might as well hit the subscribe button if you haven't, man. You done made it through a whole video. Hit the subscribe button. We trying to get to 50K subscribers before May. How about that?
Now you're on
50K.
On this channel, for sure.
Can we get 50K? And then we can start saying, yo, come on over here, Manscaped. Come on over here,
They said, hold up, y'all. They get ready to start flooding us with Amsterdam new vodka.
Unsubscribe. I'm unsubscribed. Hey.
But look, though.
Y'all. And then look, last thing I'll say, my bad. The realest 9 on Patreon. My ball players. Remember when I said it was draft day? Didn't forget. Literally locked in, working on something for the folks that hit me.
Oh, yeah,
Please join the if you haven't seen, come on, man. We doing some special things.
Join the more tier where Terrence said, hold on, wait, say what you doing over there.
Oh, okay, so basically, we basically started this thing with the realest 9 where I said, yo, I'm trying to see where the talent lies. I'm trying to see what y'all got. So we got an email and we got a P.O. box. If you got anything that you do that's physical that you want to show, you want to send. People always be like, yo, I got hats. I make this. Yo, I make puzzles. Yo, I make little antique V's. Man, send it. You got a rug, lights, all of that. We got the P.O. box going up there, and we got the email.
And that's for more tier.
at MalloryBros.com. Again, realest9 at MalloryBros.com. And now I feel like Umar.
Is that for everybody or is it just for the more tier?
Oh, well, remember what I said on the joint. I said we're going to start with, well, I should say this.
Okay.
My original plan was to start with the more tier and then bring it to the podcast and the other platforms. But right now it's just a more tier thing. Because I feel like those are the people that would actually care anyway. Like, oh, I already bet. Yeah, I would do this. But then, of course, we got the people that watch on the pod, so.
Okay, yeah.
That's OT does, but if you want to join that now, that's on the
more tier.
More tier. And I'm coming with BTB this week. Come on. I'm coming this week.
Man, I will say this. It's something going around. Shoot, crew caught it. We dodged it. And I'm hoping to just stay dodged it, man. Y'all stay safe. The weather changing. Got anything, T, before we get out?
Man, I don't, man. Stay safe. Realest 9.
Next time.